Hey, what's up everybody? Randy here with Nerds Templar. Chilling, just doing our shiny hunt day, hangout day. Getting rid of weight. Oh yeah, we have one extra team, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna switch these over to my Violet version here. Gonna play on Violet today in case we want to do some other stuff, perhaps like some BBQs or some, I don't know, well, some battles obviously there. But I'd like to get the group quests done. If we do any group quests, it'd be nice to get my Violet version done with those. Scarlet version is all done. We have every single snack now on Scarlet version on our main there, so that's great. Our secondary Scarlet version, our second playthrough of that, I got all the other exclusives done, and I got a couple snacks. I think I'm at like, maybe at like 10 solo ones, maybe a couple group ones as well. And so slowly working on that one. I'll try maybe to get all the like the whole whatever it would be, 25, right? 25, yeah, of those legendaries on that character. But all these other playthroughs we're doing, I'm not quite as concerned about getting every single one. Maybe the solo ones we can probably grind those out at least, and then some, you know, whatever group ones maybe we can also get in the meantime, that as well. But okay, let's switch to here. Starting to fill up the game chart over there. Almost have everything in. This is the main profile on the Switch here. You can tell by Link's face. Also, yeah, we have our, that's the Let's Go Dex getting there. It's pretty much, well, by the way, also our shiny Meltan there. Let's take a look at this. Boom. That's for finishing Let's Go Pokedex. Yeah, this is mostly from the playthrough we just did. I'm going to fill it in with some other stuff from my other playthrough. I think I have extra of those. Extra things that this one I'm working on right now. But extras of things that I am actually using in the character that we were just playing through. Anyway, that's not important. Let's go this way. Where are those? Where are those pokes? Oh, sorry, I guess I went to the wrong character first here, huh? I have a new shiny today. Got 3 different potential shiny hunts. There's actually 4 that are done, ready to go. If anyone does join and wants to hang out and maybe do one of those hunts that we have. Obviously, we got more than that, but I hunted down 4 already. And one of those that earlier this morning, I got. So that one's not in the title. So there's only 3 in the title. There's one we have. You might have seen him peeking his face in there briefly. But there's our living ShinyDex, by the way. Now slowly, it's going to be easier to see now that we just have the shinies in there. But it's getting filled out, I'd say. We have some evolutions to do, obviously, but that's fine. That's no problem. And that's all. We still have to do that with Kitakami and Blueberry as well. Get those resorted. One thing I wanted to see here is Tepig is one of the... So we're not playing on here, so we'll find out. Yeah, we got 2 shiny Tepigs so far, and it looks like we might just want one more there, huh? These 2 are on our Scarlet, from Scarlet version. We can get one on Violet at least. Don't have any on Violet version, so maybe at least one other one on there as well. That'll fill out our living ShinyDex, and then also give me 1 to use on Violet. We're using 1 on Scarlet here already. Right about there. Nope. 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 There they are. Now let's see. Let's get all of them over here. This whole... Wait. Yeah. Maybe these are some... I mean, those are worth taking also, but I'm not gonna. Alright. Unfortunately, got to get rid of that shiny Mew. Sorry, guy. Who traded that to me? I know you probably didn't. A lot of you, if it does happen when we get some fake mantra, it wasn't traded. It was a gift to us for helping him out. So it's not like we gave him anything. But you know, most of the time when that happens, it's fake mon given to us. I know it's not done nefariously. So no worries there. Now back to Violet version. Swap those guys over so we can maybe use them today. Maybe do some ranked battles on Violet. Actually, I haven't done it on Violet yet. Perhaps this is where we could do some room. There we go. try some casual doubles with the, or even just singles with the double bike setup. I don't think we tried that last time. We just put the team together, which I think is an obvious team. I'm pretty sure we would just go double bike the starters and Fluttermane. All right, I just gotta switch that over now. But one nice thing about digital games, for sure, not having to do this. What are you looking at, Pop? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I don't even know what. Yeah, I don't know what outbreaks we have on Scarlet yet. I didn't want to check because I didn't want to get bogged down in another one. I just want to do the one game. These are good enough for me. I was thinking about changing it, but I decided not to. Decided to stick with it because I kind of like the Mimikyu's not bad. The one we got already was fun. Froslass was nice, a nice touch. And of course we had the Tepig starter, which again I could use on Violet. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there, whoever wants to maybe join up with us, anybody out there, maybe you also need the Tepig, so that will be an option. And then also there's one other one here that you'll see right next to us. I didn't hunt it, but anybody out there is free to go try their luck on that minier outbreak as well. So bunches of options there. We're at the Tepig right now, just to actually finish this one up. Didn't get it yet, but you know, that's fine. That's fine. We got something already though. But yeah, there's that one. What else do we? I don't even know if we have anything else here. Maybe one other one somewhere. So those two. Oh, there's the Bellossom as well. It's not a bad one. We maybe find ourselves over there at some point, perhaps. Here's Mimikyu. That's maybe the one I'm most concerned about at this point. I think I'm gonna go there first. Perhaps there's of course Mightyena. There's Hoot. Those are two pretty common ones, of course. Not super concerned. Bonsly up there. We actually have one of those already. We have one of both of those. We don't have a Hoot yet though. That's just a very easy one. You can hunt those without an outbreak pretty much. We're just really unlucky with Hoot apparently. And then finally we have like nothing in the south, interestingly. Littles over there, didn't do that one. There's a Barraskewda over there. I think we had a Bramblin somewhere. Froslass, there's the Froslass. That's probably maybe my second. I don't know, maybe we'll go Tepig next. But then yeah, there's the Bramblin here and there, the one we already got, which is of course something I already have, but that's why it's the one I found already, because it's the one I already had. But now we got another. There he is. Only our second Meryl though. This actually is probably the first one on Scarlet. I'm not sure which game I got the Meryl on. He's over here now, of course. This is where we have our ShinyDex. Already have Meryl and a Azumarill, so don't quite need it, but that just means that I have one I can use now. I'm up here. Alright, but anyway, so there's that. Shiny, or Outbreak-wise. Before we do anything, I think I'm going to do this. I don't have any herbs, but I have been doing this a lot more often. I have a lot of BP now, especially on Scarlet version, where we were hanging out last Saturday. We got like 20,000 BP or something. It was crazy. DJ and I just going crazy with those BBQs for a while. And actually, you know what? Look at that, guys. I'm set up. I'm ready to go for some group stuff already today. Kind of like loaded. Got my my quests loaded up, so we got one elite to do and like another one immediately thereafter. I don't quite have it, but I could get it, I guess. I just usually, these are the kind of things I usually don't do right. So if there's anyone out there that likes doing these types of quests, join up with me. I do all the ones that usually don't require battling and catching and stuff, because yeah, that seems more tedious to me. But yeah, so also then claim victory in terror raid battle. I would do that one, of course, for an elite, but there's our 180 BP. That's not as much as I thought I would have on here. So we are going to have to do some quests for sure. But in the meantime, Go to the cafeteria. I actually probably caught that Meryl because I ate a water or a fairy encounter sandwich. And yeah, it was just all Meryl. Level 2 encounter sandwich. At least we have enough for the Academy Special. That's level 2 catch power for everything. That's egg power level 1 and sparkling power for all types level 1 as well. I will take it for 150 BP, especially once we get rolling in some of these quests. It just looks like a bunch of snacks to me, and then maybe some french fries, and then like, I don't even know what that is. It's like noodles with meatballs and candy or something. I have no idea. What are the pink things in there? Maybe it's not candy, but there are definitely beans or something in a cake and donut. That actually looks really good. Alright, back to the entrance. People must really like Torchic around here, right? There's a lot of people with Torchic. Okay. I'm actually going over here. I'm going back to the Mimikyu here, I think first. Hang out at Mimikyu for a little bit in the beginning here while I think I am going to maybe try some casual battles with that team though. I haven't done Baxcalibur yet either. I assume it's still here this week, right? This weekend. Or did they all of a sudden decide not to do it 2 weekends in a row? If that is the case, we would have to do them real quick before I go online. Meaning I'd also then have to build a whole Pokemon. This would not be the first time. DJ, somebody, I think it was DJ, sent to join the Discord. By the way, guys, if you're subscribed and you enjoy the streams, join the Discord and join the off-stream community that's slowly building. I think DJ was the one that sent the Baxcalibur build, so I'm gonna have to check that out. And also maybe pay a little closer attention to what's happening here, because we do have the shiny sandwich for everything. It's supposed to be a light blue flame, I think, if it's shiny. Yeah. Right here is where the Mimikyu are. Yeah, we will. The goal is to also do a giveaway at the end of some shiny. We have a shiny box. In fact, this is where the shiny reward box is now. So it's all here. I was kind of trying to mess around with it a little bit. A few we can add in at some point during the stream. I'll probably put them in. By the way, I was going to go till like 2 o'clock today. I'm only going to be able to go till about 1 o'clock. Also tried to get on a little earlier, but wasn't quite able to. I was able to make it by 9 here, but hey, we still get about 4 hours. It's reunion season, so my reunion has come up. It's actually today. Didn't realize. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about as we go here. I definitely want to get some battles in. Whether you guys maybe out there want to do some battles, or I just end up, and as usual, just doing some casual ones. I don't think I'll do any rank today, but I do want to try doing an actual restricted team. Maybe we even catch and attempt to try, or maybe not catch, but try some other Pokemon we have. See how they go with about, I mean, look at this. So this is the character that has like the most, maybe not the most Pokemon built and ready, but the most Pokemon that I at least know where they are, and that they in what they have, what their capabilities should be. I guess that's more like we got our starter here. I believe, yeah, he's fully hyper trained. He's perfect. Except, oh yeah, except he has Tauren, which is fine. I mean, we could just patch him. We have a ton of patches. So there's our first starter of Scarlet and Violet at all, King Quack. So we could always use him. We got Scissor here, probably not fully built, but of course we can always do. I don't even know if I really did hyper training for everything we've been using. That was one thing I considered doing. He's not like perfect. None of these are, I don't think, perfect as far as EVs go, except maybe, Quack isn't even very good. Although he doesn't have any special attack. That was specifically changed at least. all very well rounded, aren't they? And yeah, so I'm not really worried about those. These are the ones I'm more, not these, these are the ones we already built. I believe these are all built. Yeah. And also, oh yeah, we did do some hyper training, yeah. Like half trained, as much as we could do probably on Scarlet version, so Violet here. We do have other options for maybe maxing those out if we wanted to. And maybe, again, building some other stuff here. We have all our future Pokemon that we could use. Most of the ancients, some of those I'm actually building right now for different battle teams. Even more futures, your random raids, as we always have random raid Pokemon. More just random starters, random Pokemon in general. There's going to be where our legendaries go when we start catching them here. The snacks worth ones. There's the second rewards box slowly getting built. Going to mostly just be event shinies for now. There's the rewards box slowly getting reformed, so we have a little more room in here. Umbreon is one that's also available. We caught that Umbreon last stream or the stream before that. We caught it specifically for this. I think I also caught a Vaporeon specifically for this, just like a little bit ago. So definitely those two. This is my shiny battle box, so those are all my shinies that I'm currently using on here. This is where the other battle parties. So these get like a little bit built, kind of not great. Well, let's even look at them. You can see what I'm talking about. This was done specifically. Not like exactly, but you know, I wasn't trying to get them. I was trying to do like slightly well-rounded, maybe about half EV trained. That was what I was going for this battle team number 1. Those were for my nephews to train them. You can also see that the moves are pretty simple moves. You know, stockpile spit up. That's annoying. Counters annoying. Super Fang. He's definitely one of the most. He's cheeky. That's why he's named Cheeky, for sure. We also had the Thunder Wave on Luxray. Other than that, though, pretty straightforward standard move sets for everything. Whirlpool on Floaty. There's a few different random things, but other than that, then we had slightly better built, although that's some random attack there. It's Magius, Grumpig. You can see there, and then we actually had some that did end up getting full EVs, but still just like well-rounded, not like anything too crazy. And wherever that ended, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 for Hariyama there. Yeah. That was Battle Team level 2, and then we got to this point too. You can tell which ones those are because they have almost the exact same thing going on. They're all pointing in a different direction based on which I wanted them to be good in. Yeah, I went more special defense for the Gengar. Who do we go special attack with? Houndoom? Yeah, we did something different for every Pokemon we used there. They're mostly based on like their base stats and some other things. I based that on which Pokemon specifically I would take in them. A lot of it was based on their types for this level 3 team. Because here you see we use like very simple typing, normal, electric, fire, ground. Then we had grass, water, and then we started with the ghost, psychic, steel, fairy, dark, fighting, so pretty crazy ones, but all single typing. And then we got into a lot of different stuff there, double types on everything. And then we had our dragon team, that was level 4, the dragon team. Just starting to get more properly built, but still not quite, really just focusing on 3 stats, which aren't fully, you know, fully utilized. That was the 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 with Baxcalibur. And then Noivern was on the battle team level 5, which weren't just 2 stats, but they were starting to get pretty scary. It took my nephews quite a bit to beat this level 5 team. They were able to do it, though. That Noivern, they still remember that Noivern for sure. What's its speed? 339. Yeah, that was that probably keeps them up at night still. But now they're a lot better. They beat the whole game. They're actually on this team now. This is battle team level 6. They're trying to now take down the EV team. And that, of course, is now not necessarily perfectly built. Like, that, just because 2 stats are maxed doesn't mean it's perfect, I guess. But that's what we're dealing with now. Finally, now maxed stats. And from this point on, they'll just be that or, like, catered to what exactly I want them to be. So the stat-wise, they'll be perfect. Nature-wise, you see they're not. We're still lenient on the natures, at least. Wait, those are not that far. They're all neutral natured. And yeah, and I think also as far as EV training go, we did make them all like amazing and great. So that's where they're at right now. As things are getting a little tough, there's still though I mean, they have like the same base stats as most of the starters, I think. So not bad base stat total there for the evolutions. But it's not like they're dealing with, you know, these guys yet or anything. But they will be, in fact, soon. This is Battle Team 6. 7 is here. And I think 8 includes one of these fellas, if I'm not mistaken. It's 8 that has Wo-Chien. And that is also where Luca comes in. And most of these guys, actually, it's all these 4, not the evolutions. These are backups in case my nephews have too hard a time with the evolutions. So it's these 4 are level 8 plus Luca and Wo-Chien. That's the plan for that one. So it's gonna actually get extremely tough, extremely fast in that level 18. There's gonna be a big power boost. Not only they have to deal with Wo-Chien, but they got to deal with this guy who I've been really enjoying. Also, they got another dragon to deal with in Dragalge. Whoops, sorry. Oh, there, Mimikyu. Well, Sizzle is not sorry. Yeah, but that's a lot of different Pokemon. We can maybe not those first few battle teams, but definitely those last few evolutions and on. I'd say the dragons. The dragon team's probably all like, I can probably use them well enough, at least casually, to test them out. One of my nephew's questions were, whenever they started dealing, now they did have to deal with that evolution team, and it is quite menacing. They came close. My older nephew, the first attempt he had at that team, he almost beat it. He definitely had some luck in his favor. It also helped that it helps them, sort of, I guess, also that I have no idea what they're doing either. So it's probably like one of their best attempts. They don't know what I'm doing, but I don't know what they're doing. So that also, I mean, it might give them a better chance as well. And but then of course, if they don't adapt, if they don't start changing things, then I just start remembering exactly what they were doing and what I need to do, and then, you know, that can start getting a little harder. But if they're not doing the same thing, because I'm always going to be using the same team. All they need to do is like you would do with a gym leader. That was really hard. You'd be like, okay, here's the Pokemon I have now. Which one didn't work well? Okay, I'll take that one out. Just like we do in the hard mode. Which Pokemon was useless? Okay, let's take him out. Which one do we have left that could be useful? Okay, let's put that one in, and let's like reform our strategy a little bit, because we do know, as they would know, exactly what Pokemon I'm using. And if they start trying to think about it harder, they probably remember a lot of the moves that my Pokemon had as well, like the Volt Switch Jolteon. But that was one of their main questions: is who's faster, your Jolteon or your Noivern? I had to check, of course. It is the Jolteon. Jolteon actually has the Hyper Train speed. That's probably why, for sure. 359, because it's a neutral nature. 359, though. It's very close. 339 here. Also neutral nature with speed, as far as Lorna goes, but pretty good rather than Hyper Train. So that's a big difference there. Yeah, there's a ton of Pokemon there. Rory's also, he was a backup for the level 5 team there over Volcarona. He was a pretty fun Pokemon, I gotta say. There's the rewards again, if you want to take a little gander at that. Mostly events, but we do also have Umbreon and Vaporeon I'll be adding in there at some point today. Then these guys, I mean, come on. Gengar, Dratini, Espeon, Umbreon, Vaporeon. I also have a Glaceon, but I'm not too sure if I can put it in. I think I can, but don't quote me on that just yet. Okay, that's where I was. All that being said, I think I'll just mostly stick with what I already got. I don't know if we maybe want to switch out the starters in our battle team for some other Pokemon, but they've been so useful, to be honest with you. All 3 of them seem like they fit like really good purposes, and almost probably also within their respective typings. Like Skeledirge has been super strong, Meowscarada has been super strong. I feel like we maybe only used Quaquaval once or twice, if that, but I feel like there's just a matter of time until we have the perfect matchup where we bring him and he just destroys everything, because I don't know, they're all pretty scary attackers in my opinion. These 3 starters in this game. I mean, Meowscarada, a fantastic lead because of that U-turn and how fast it is. Quaquaval, if you find the time to get him in there and start getting rolling with the Aqua Steps and Moxie, it's just over. if they don't have like the right answer with the pretty nice type spread with the water and the fighting stab. Plus, you can probably get a nice flying move in there or something. Some, you know, whatever you want to Terra. So many options with him. We just have, I'm pretty sure we just have water Terra, right? Yeah, we just have the regular primary typings for their Terras for now on those starters. And our Dragonite, I believe we do have normal, right? Where do we keep those guys? Where do we put them? We need to move these guys somewhere else if they're back here. Yeah. Yeah, let's move them. To the shiny box. It's not being used. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, normal Terra, and then we got Steel on our Miraidon. Now it's not perfect because of course you can still get hit by ground, but you know it's different. People might not be expecting something like that, especially when a lot of the Miraidon out there are Fairy Terra, and they think that they're gonna be like safe. Just, oh yeah, I'll just Terra Fairy, and then I'll just use Dazzling Gleam, and I'll make my opponent respond with his Miraidon with the same thing, or else get destroyed by Dazzling Gleam. Even though we're battling in single battles, it happens all the time that way. I don't know, because it's not like probably the best option for singles, but people do a lot of the time the same thing they see in doubles, but in singles, which doesn't. I mean, it works sometimes, but it's not the same. It obviously. I think sometimes my mind goes that way too, but I quickly bring myself out of it, and then I end up going Steel Terra on my Miraidon instead. Just exactly for that reason, because then when they go Fairy, they expect me to either not Terra and take a Dazzling Gleam to the face, or you know, waste my Terra, and I just go Terra, Steel, and what do we have? We have the is one of the whichever one that really strong electric or steel move is, but we have it on there, and it I think it's the same as Terra Blast, the power. So we use that, and I think it might also have an extra effect to it. But either way, it doesn't matter because it's a steel type into that newly fairy typed Miraidon we're usually up against whenever that happens. Feel free to take my ideas, guys. I think it was a pretty good one. Again, it's just for single battles, and probably low-level single battles at that. It's not going to work forever, but it does in low-level singles for sure. You could take that probably to ranked and do well probably into Great Ball League. That's what we're going to maybe attempt to do here, until everyone gets keen to my strategies. Right, Sydney? I know. She's like, please give me a break. Not even that good, man. But it is, Sydney. Quiet. It works well with the rest of the team, I think. Certainly. We had different things going. We had like the Politoed, we had the Slash Pelipper, bringing the rain with Drizzle, and then we'd go like Dragonite with Hurricane, or you can go Thunder on something as well if you're going to go that route, I guess. But now we went with the Gargantuar. We can go either way, but we have currently set up our Dragonite for Gargantuar and him to do some Stealth Rock and Dragon Tail nonsense. But we really haven't had the opportunity for that yet, I don't think. Probably going to try some casual battles once the sandwich runs out. And then we will do that. Maybe a battle. Probably just one battle, maybe two. We'll see. They're just casual ones anyway. And then we will go get some more BP because we're out. Means I'm going to have to do one of these elite quests, guys. Perfect if anyone's out there and wants to pop in to grab 2 elite quests. Well, I mean, we can do my 2 elite quests if you've got one that's almost ready to go or ready to go now. That's 3 elite quests. If my math is correct. And yeah, that means that we could do a quick group one and then fun group if that's all whoever out there has time for. But If all would go well, maybe only take about 15 minutes or less, perhaps. I assume Baxcalibur is here for a second week now. I hate assuming those kind of things, but you know. Should be the Blissey weekend, right? Oh, I know. Wait, can I? Okay, let me check the news without connecting. Yeah. Aha. Aha. I got you. There's one on here, I thought. Way down here. I thought they had the same one on here somewhere. Guess not. The problem is I actually already connected this weekend yesterday on Scarlet version, so if it is gone and I would connect here, then I would lose on both characters. I don't really feel like going to check Scarlet, but I guess that would maybe be the fastest way. Either that or I wait until someone pops in and gives me an answer. I think I'll do that. Yeah, and blessed day after, I guess, the Feast of the Sacred Heart to you all. It's the month of the Sacred Heart. Yesterday was the Feast of the Sacred Heart of Jesus Christ, of course, our Lord and Savior, King of the universe, God Almighty. It's a big feast day. I mean, it's a good one. It's not like one of the. It's not like Christmas or Easter, but it's a pretty big one. Yeah, I forgot to mention that yesterday during our hard mode stream, which went relatively well, I think. We kind of, I don't know. We're going to have to give it some thought where we're at now, but I think we got to a decent point. We are at the end of all the paths. We completed everything up to Arven, Penny, in the Elite Four. So technically that we're on Arven. That's our. So we battled him a couple times just to kind of get a feel for the battle. Something to give me something to chew on over the weekend. Maybe get an idea of what we need to do against him on Monday. Yeah, but hopefully if that goes well, we're kind of in a situation with our save. One of our roles, we're like speeding around right there. One of our roles being like a save point role with the Pokemon centers. We sort of are one save too short because I think we took at least one, but maybe two saves that were kind of necessary but unintended ones we didn't really want to but we needed to take. So if all went a little more well for us there on this run, we would have had, I think, one extra, plus would have been able to use one between Arven and Penny. Now it seems, yes, the best option for us is to unfortunately try to beat Arven, Flavel, and Penny all basically in a row without losing. That's kind of what the challenge is at currently. Certainly doable. We might, however, need a little more training. I was hoping I wouldn't, but our Pokemon are pretty low, and that might also just be because we kind of tried spacing out the training, maybe a little too much. Maybe our Pokemon are about. I guess we have a lot. Not a lot. I guess they're like level like mid 40s maybe to about 50. However, Arven's are like 60. So yeah, it's a little tough. It's a bit of a gap. So we might. That's what we're gonna have to figure out. Although that being said, I feel like there's some points in both battles where maybe things went our way. Perhaps if you combine those two battles and we had better luck than we had in both of those battles, something like that, then maybe we would have had a chance of winning. So I mean, we might not be too far off of him. The problem, I guess, would be can we also then beat Clavel and Penny, and also do so all in a row without without a save between and with resets if we lose. That's the whole, not the whole challenge, but that's one of the parts of the challenge. In fact, I'm talking about the challenge. Here's the challenge I'm talking about. That's the rules right there. We're not doing it right now, but that is our Monday, Wednesday, and Friday stream. Challenge level 2 right now. It's our warm-up challenge for the really, really tough one where we actually can lose our Pokemon. If they get knocked out, we can't revive them. And so that'll be level 3. So we're kind of getting ready for that. It's not like it's a challenge that thousands and thousands of people have done thousands and thousands of time and made thousands and thousands of spreadsheets about. It's just a challenge I made, and I did one level so far to get a feel for everything we needed to do, get a feel for some of the best Pokemon to maybe use, and now we're on, of course, again Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays in the mornings. We are on to that level 2, and like I was just mentioning, we're at the end of the base game right now, and we'll see what happens. Using about, I think we counted. I think it's about half the same Pokemon as last time and half our different Pokemon from last time. So trying some new things, keeping all the things we definitely needed, and in fact, I don't want to spoil too much, but we were able so far to this point to get all of the most necessary things that we wanted for the end of the run. That were big on our level 1 run. So we were able to secure all of those so far up to the end of the base game, not including Area 0. We still have our Area 0 catch to make, as you saw there in the rules. We can catch 1 Pokemon per area, and there's no duplicate Pokemon or anything like that. First encounter, so we do have, so I actually made more encounter mistakes this time than in level 1. Level 1, we had a Cyclizar run into us in West 2, and we had in Tag Tree Thicket, when I was going for Morgrim, it was actually a Zorua faked me out instead of me, throwing my Pokeball at it. Now I know better. If you're in Tag Tree Thicket, or if you're around West Area 3, if you're around Medali, always lock on before you throw your Pokeball at the Pokemon you want to catch in hard mode challenges. Don't get faked out by a Ditto or a Zorua. But that's what happened to us there, and then also, yeah, that was the only 2 actually. And then, until Kitakami, we accidentally caught an Ekans in Kitakami. That was unfortunate. Instead of our Ludicolo, we had an Ekans. No Ludicolo for us then. Which was that's probably one we're gonna definitely have to try this time. Mostly also because we really wanted the Snorlax and never even got that. In fact, you know why we didn't get that? Because we wanted the Grimmsnarl, and we didn't get the Grimmsnarl because of the Zorua in Tag Tree Thicket. So then we had to wait, and I wanted Grimmsnarl, got him in the forest instead of where we could have easily gotten that static Snorlax spawn, which we might do this time then. Because I got the Munchlax, and then I had to evolve the Munchlax, and that never happened. I never even used it. Hopefully the Snorlax is just like level 70 or something. Maybe we don't even have to level him up at all. Heck, what level is he? We could go check. I'm not really that concerned about it. But then we'll hopefully get Ludicolo as well this time in level 2. A lot of new things there. And I think that was it though. No other mistaken catches in that round. I think Blueberry, we were safe the whole way through. Maybe. But level 2 has not gone that way so far. 3, I guess it's the same amount. But we haven't even gotten to Kitakami yet. We have 3 mistakes made. We got a Fletchender spawn on top of us. No avoiding that one. And that was a South 4. And then last time, or I guess two streams ago, this one was my fault when we went for a Houndstone, or we went for an item and it was a Houndstone on Glisada Mountain. When we wanted a Froslass, and it was also Frostlass's fault for not spawning for like 10 minutes, making me run around looking for him. And then as soon as we got the Houndstone, of course, then a bunch of them started popping up, as you would imagine. Lucario we got in North 1. Took us a very long time. That was definitely the longest. We even ate a sandwich to try to find him. Ended up getting 2 shiny Hawlucha before finding our Lucario, a regular Lucario. But we did get him, and yeah, that worked out. But the other one that was a mistake was, oh yeah, that was whenever we were down on the coast, and the Bombardier bombed down at us. We tried to jump away from him. We smacked into a rock, slid down the rock, and into the Bombardier in South Area 6. So that was unfortunate. I don't know really what I was going to get there, so kind of wasn't as bad. Legender was unfortunate because I was going for Barboach. That ended up pushing Barboach to South Area 5, which was okay. But and also I'm not sure if we had an idea of what I was going to get there either. But you know, that was one less thing we could get. But one more thing for us to think about for next time, and then maybe combining some of the other good things from last time that I might want again. One of those is maybe going to be Tinkaton. Might try for that again next time, especially if we can just get that in Area 6. Or maybe Sylveon, I don't know. That's what we went with the first time in that Area 6. We went with Tinkaton, Tinkatuff in the desert. We went Tinkatuff completely this time around in level 2 challenge. But it actually, it had its uses. Not late, but like, you know, mid-game. Maybe it'd be useful here in the end of the base game for us. Where we are in that run. Of course, again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesday and Thursday, we're playing through Sword right now. First time ever. I never played through Gen 8. Never played Gen 8, that is. So, playing Sword for the first time on stream and following behind with Shield on my own, as I can. So, behind, mostly behind because I'm probably not going to be able to get ahead, but also just because it'll all be fresh and new to me while we're on stream. And then anything I might miss, I can find in Shield and then maybe go back on stream and Sword later on. So trying to finish Arceus. We'll probably end up playing some Arceus tomorrow. Meant to do it last Sunday as well. Missed that. Might do it this Sunday. Try to get, yeah, that was our Tuesday, Thursday stream before we started Sword. We got close to finished. All we got to do is finish the Pokédex, which we're very, very close on. We're actually also very close on, really, on getting level 10 on everything. That's the main goal. Do that. Do all the requests. I think this Sunday we're going to attempt to get all the requests done, and while we're at it, get all the whole dex done, which is going to mostly require us doing the yeah, like legendaries and stuff. I think we got the starters, all the other starters now. We can evolve those. Make sure we do the dex level 10 entries while we're at it, like while we're evolving, so we don't have to get extras somehow. I don't even know if we can get extras of the starters. And also, speaking of that, while we're at it, I'll probably do it here. I was actually doing a lot of Pokemon Home things. As you saw, I have almost the whole living dex from Let's Go over there now. I moved over all my second playthrough of Scarlet version, all the shinies and legendaries and stuff I got on that character. It wasn't a hard mode playthrough, but it was the one I did with my nephews. Probably not going to keep it. So, you know, transferring everything over, some of them will be for prizes in the prize box. Some will be for other things, I guess. But yeah, doing a bunch of home things. Need to move those guys over, all the starters on Arceus, and then all the second evolutions of them while we go through it, so then I can get that reward, and I don't need extras of those. I think that is probably the only ones I would have to worry about that with, are those other starters. Actually, all the starters, I don't know. Might have to use a different game to help me out. Different playthrough, that is. But then that will be the shiny Enamorous. I already got our shiny Meloetta. I got our shiny Meltan. Showed you that earlier today, in the beginning, right? And guess we're out of sandwich time already. Alright, I am still curious though. I guess maybe, unless somebody out there can tell me, is Baxcalibur still going? Is Baxcalibur up again? Is this the second weekend for it? Or did they for some reason only do one weekend for it this time? I think I'll do some battles. Yeah, so we're almost, that'll be 3 of the, I guess 5, 3 of the 5 Pokemon Home Shinies for finishing the whole Living Pokedex and Pokemon Home for every game in Switch. Now we're working on Sword/Shield. Finally it'll be Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. But by then ZA will be out. We'll be working on ZA before Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, I'm sure. Because we're going to probably still have to do some Sword and Shield. Probably not the Living Pokedex. Maybe be able to finish that by then. By October, mid-October, I hope. But we're probably not going to be totally done doing stuff on Sword. Might have to, I don't know, we're going to, by then, I mean, after the summertime, I'll probably have a slightly different stream schedule. We'll see. We'll see if maybe somehow we can fit a Sword and Shield day in somewhere every week, just so we can maybe do like some Dynamax stuff. I would like to get some shiny legendaries, after all. And keep up again, also Pokemon Champions. I would really hope that that comes out sooner rather than later, and then hopefully we can do our Battle League through that. Since we can't spectate here, that's what we should be doing this morning. But since we can't spectate on this game, we can't do it. Doesn't work that way. So hopefully Pokemon Champions gives us a way through an official Pokemon game that we can spectate other matches. And we can get a little league going for ourselves. Give away some Pokemon, some shinies. But we can do that today as well. So, I mean, that's what we're going to do. I'd just rather we give more away if we did a Battle League, is all. But that's fine. By the time that happens, things will be a little different. It was going to be the Open Battle League, and we were only going to use base game Pokemon, and, you know, we had just a couple of that, and only one between Korai and Miron, and we had just a couple of different roles there. But they're going to be different if we go through Pokemon Champions. It's going to be, however, it's going to be the most open for Pokemon Champions itself, but still somehow pertaining to the newest of main games, which will still be this, of course, I assume, when Pokemon, unless they release it in tandem with Gen 10. I feel like that'd be a long time from now, and that would be unfortunate, I guess, but I guess there's really there's nothing saying that that wouldn't be maybe the case. It's actually very possible they do that. But either way, whenever it happens, our league will be based on, again, I feel like they're going to probably have, like, not stock Pokemon, but almost like TCG Live gives you, like, you know, like standard decks to use, to try out, to build upon. I feel like maybe they would have to almost do the same thing for Pokemon Champions. Like, if you make a character, they'll give you like a few stock teams based on the rotation or something. Maybe they'll give you another team based on every rotation. I don't know. I don't know if they'd go that far with it, but I feel like they got to give you something on that game. So we'll make our base, our open league based on that, plus probably then like in addition to the newest generation. But I wanted to make it, the reason we call it the open league was because I wanted to keep it open to as many people as possible. That was pretty simple if we were playing on here. But now if you're bringing a whole different game into it, then yeah, kind of changes things. I have no idea what the competitive scene in the future will be like because of it. This is a weird day, a weird hunt time. Is the Baxcalibur raid still going? Is this the second weekend for it? Yeah, because if it is, then I can go online with no problem. But right now, I'm still holding on to the one from last weekend. I assume it's still up. I assume this would be the second one where the Blissies are up with it, right? I hope so. If I don't get an answer, I'll just check Scarlet version. Because if it is, Scarlet version has already lost it, unfortunately. I'm not getting very lucky on these Mimikyu. Maybe we need to, after our battles, come back and hunt something else. Perhaps, but like completely gray, I'm pretty sure, so it should be relatively easy to see. Maybe not on this background, but eh. Alright, it was only going to go as long as the sandwich was going anywhere, or the meal powers, I guess. Not really a sandwich, was it? The cafeteria meal. Let's do this then. What should we do? Just let us fly away from here for now. Yep, I don't see any shinies. Let's go to the middle. Then we'll go down just to the southwest. We got those Tepig. Go there next. But 1 second. Let me go check. I'll go check on the Baxcalibur. Unless again somebody there knows. Is Baxcalibur still up this weekend? Is this the second weekend for him? Where's the Tepig? Right here, right? Yeah. No. A little farther. Oh, what's this? Free LP, that's what it is. Alright, before we spawn them in. Sydney completely passed out as usual when I'm about to stand up. No, sorry. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Change games real quick. All right. See, I don't even know what outbreaks we have over here. Like I said earlier, I didn't want to check because I didn't want to get bogged down on Scarlet version. It doesn't matter as much if nobody wants to Union Circle, though, because that was really the main reason I was on Violet is because I wanted to do Union Circle over there. Get the group quests done over there. I have none done, actually. And if I could get those done on stream, this guy's all done. Yeah, I have every single Snacksworth candy, or Snacksworth treat. I haven't done them all, but I have them all. And my other Scarlet version, I might work on with my nephews. If not, I can do Violet version with them as well. Oh, look at that! Look at that, Oshawott. I can't believe it. Well, and a Rowlet. Wow, that's crazy. Probably the first time I saw 2-star. Now Rowlet's probably probably the most common starter. So it's unsurprising that that would be the other one. But hey, it is 2. Plus, we got a Trumbeak over here, which is cool because I was here, but I wasn't there whenever the Pick-a-Peck and the Fletchling and the Starly outbreak happened. I was only around I only got the Fletchling from that event. Now I gotta look at all. Oh, by the way, there's our proof. There we go. There is the other weekend, raid weekend this weekend, so we're good to go. We can connect on the other character. No problem. I haven't done it on either character yet. As usual. Doesn't look like we have anything really good here in Paldea. At all. Let's see, I guess that's our Excalibur right there. There's our, where's our... Gonna confirm it by finding our other 6-star, but where? There it is. Oh, okay. Ooh, Poniard. Interesting. I have a bunch of Bisharp, but I have no Poniard yet. I might only have... I might have 2 Hatterene. I know I have 1 for Hatena, the second one there. I have no Hatterene. I have at least 1 Hatena. I might need another one, though. Alright, not bad. There's some great outbreaks on this one. It's too bad. I mean, there's good outbreaks on the other character as well. We're not here to hunt. Although, I remembered one thing. You guys probably know this. Probably well aware, but I always fail to check. And now we should, now that our days are now. Our Eevee outbreak isn't keeping us back on May 18th. We should start checking the port because there's like 3 or more items, probably more than 3 items that you need to evolve legendaries from Snacksworth. The only way to get them is at the port whenever they decide to show up at auction. So we'll see if we got them today or not. Curry powder, dusk balls, super potions. Nope, nope, and nope. Unless super potions are one. No. Alright, but actually, you know what? Let's just log out here. Who knows? Maybe I won't be back to... Hopefully I'll be back on there at some point today. Those were some pretty good outbreaks.
Chill out, huh?
All right, let's do some battles. I guess it'll maybe do 2 in a row. That is. First one to test something out, and then the second one to maybe work out some of the kinks and see if it's actually any good. I think we're gonna go with our double bike. Check it out, Sydney, huh? Check it out. And one more thing about this team is it is still like semi-openly viable because it is still all just base game Pokemon. We need to start adding some non-base game pokes in there that could be useful to us in our crazy team comp. Well, okay. Try these guys out. Anybody have items anywhere here? Definitely gonna forget this. I have no idea what he had. Probably Rocky Helmet. Maybe. Where would have gone? One second. This is the bottom, huh? Surely that's what it was. Okay. Now I'll remember. Or at least that picture will for me. Yeah. That's not the same thing as memory. Alright, let's see. I guess we can keep those on. Those are more important. Those are the ones we're using right now anyway. These either on there, I guess. For now, I've got a bunch of muscle bands. Okay. Where? Oh, where? Yeah, we're gonna have to do this. Unless we do, let's do this. Okay. Item changing is so annoying. Okay. Did we go with this? There's nothing down here, right? I have, ooh, 31 Galarican twigs. I know where the girl is. She's standing on the Lacey's Coastal Plaza. She's just right there. Ready to make those twigs into items for your Slowpoke. Slowpoke Outbreak wasn't lucky enough to find any though. You'd probably just like do a Slowpoke Outbreak, hunt a shiny one anytime you want on Slowpoke Beach though. Did we? I think we had somebody with a clear Amiel at one point. That wouldn't be probably horrible on Quacks. Well, let's do it for now, in case we can't find something else. We'll probably find something else. I think we had Mystic Water on him before. I don't feel like we really need Rocky Helmet on anybody. Not like a very tanky team here, are we? Should we Scarf our Fluttermane? I think I said the exact same thing last time. And the answer was yes. And then also the answer was yes to Life Orb Koraidon. And then of course, yeah, the I mean, we could, but if we want to go super offensive, it would be clear. It would be Mystic Water. I feel like we should do it. I hope we don't get our stats dropped is all. And then finally, we passed it up, right? Yeah. Where are the specs? Don't tell me I don't have them. Don't tell me I don't have any choice specs. No way. I have 22,000 money. Oh, I have 3 million LP though. Maybe we could use a little bit of the LP. A little bit. I think we can buy the choice items, right? I sure hope so. How do I not have the choice specs? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Nothing's holding anything. Okay. Okay. Now, surely you can maybe find one just laying on the ground somewhere. I'm surprised. This is my main character. Like, the main character that probably has more than any other character does. I'm surprised I don't have that. I know that one of the, well, our main Scarlet we did on stream, the Kitakami Ogre Clan, and I'm pretty sure for the Kitakami Ogre clan, the dude that gives you rewards there will give you each one of the choice items. So there's always that route you can go. Okay, Mizugoza has them. Mizugoza has them. Just do that then. Let's make sure we didn't spawn a shiny in. Okay, I think we're good. Wow, I don't love having to go buy them. How much are they? Like 100k? If they're only 30. What? What? We have, by the way, are there new Rotom phone cases here after you get the style cards? Nope. $100k. Why don't I have these yet? Oh, I don't know where our scarf came from, but oh, yeah, I do. Wait. Yes. Perrin gives you the choice scarf in Kitakami, I believe, after Blood Moon Beast. Our choice band came from the Rillaboom that we got from the mystery gift. Now I understand. Oh, can't we? Yeah, it's like, oh no, we spend all our cash. We don't have that much. No, can't. Good. Our 22,000 money is safe for now. Did we? Why was it telling us? I think that's new. Well, we'll just do it here. Connected. It's just a fetch your own music. We never get to hear this. Unless we're on this character, of course. Okay. Lettermain, Volcarona, Garchomp, and Clodsire, and a Ninetales and a Scizor. Interesting team. Kind of liking Skelly here. I'm pretty sure that we don't have any moves but attacks on him, right? 2 fire and then, yeah. Sure, surely that Assault Vest is going to work. I like him. I like yeah, I don't know about Meowscarada. I do like it as a start, of course, all the time, but Riding is not good here. Although I could fake him out pretty hard with some steel typage, huh? I could, but we just go. Let's go like this, just because I don't even think he's going to be useful, but we'll see. I would have just gone Koraidon, but I feel like that's just, he doesn't even have one. It doesn't mean he won't just stomp us. but he doesn't even have one restricted, so we might as well only bring one. The goal of this wasn't to always have both of our bikes in the battle, right? To make you think which bike combo we're going to bring. I think that we are going to be. I love that that shiny, by the way. I had a feeling you were going to bring some snow. I just wondered why. Why? Yeah, you're definitely not going to see this coming. This is why. You go steal Mirai. He's like, oh, he's definitely switching out or something. Nope. No. Oh. Beautiful in snow. It's like, oh please, why? What is this? I just realized he's wearing the Dendra outfit. That's cool. Yeah, that's fine though. That's the thing we needed to play around. We like kind of are okay, but it's not perfect. It's not maybe the worst though. If we could get back in. That's the problem. So what are you going to go? You're going to go ground, right? So we absolutely do not want Skelly coming in here. Now this is okay. Quack's okay. This is a problem. The only thing he's going to be useful here is getting sacked. Fluttermane was definitely. If we would have thought about that a little more, it was going to be let's play around the Garchomp because he's going to be maybe the biggest threat against Maraudon. Swords Dance is incredibly scary, but. Yeah, uh-oh. That's gonna hurt. Okay, we need to hit a meteor or we might lose here. Good job, Quacklevel. But basically your one goal. The speed is a little unfortunate. But we hopefully still outspeed him. I would hope we do, but I don't know. We don't outspeed him. That's crazy. That's crazy. He probably one-shots there. Yeah, wow. I can't believe he just outsped us with one boost. Maraudon is pretty fast. It's not as fast as it could be, but it's pretty fast. Alright, well, that was... all we needed to do was not have Quack. If we had Fluttermane, we would have probably won here. Yeah, he's just gonna do this, I guess. Yeah, no, that was our fault. Quacklevel's, it's not that he's bad. I think he's just very might be a little more niche on this team than the other starters are, is all. Using your water Garchomp, huh? Got the crit. Well, as I say, I'm gonna let you get your win, bro. Something on my pinky, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do one more here. That one was kind of a. You need to get one casual game out of the way to kind of get the shake the rust off, especially when it's been like a week or so since you played. But you know, I feel like we had that with one different Pokemon. Don't really have any answer to us if we just had Fluttermane, I think. Let's just continue battling, I suppose. Double bike? Yes! That team's looks a lot scarier than ours, though, doesn't it? I feel like we got to bring both our bikes now, huh? And then what else? Fluttermane? Yaskarada beats that. Skelly could beat that with the Mimikyu. Masquerada beats Dondozo. So does Miraidon. Mimikyu can be beaten by Skelly if we Terra him. Or him, Masquerada's kind of... Well, yeah, no. Be the one of the most... Again, Fluttermane as well with a Terra, I suppose. I don't know what we are. I think we probably ended up with Ghost. Yeah, of course. Just have to hope maybe on that one. Yeah, Mimikyu's a little annoying. We can also Terra out of it with Core, of course. We got the Tinglu is a problem. Guess maybe Koraidon can deal with that. I think we just got to go with what we got. Scizor is going to be one of the biggest issues, maybe. Obviously, easily stopped by Skeledirge, but no, we'll see. Which bike did he start with? Yeah, it seems the most obvious to me. Do we just try to fake him out right here? Just like we did last time? Probably the question is, what is he going to maybe Terra? So we would have to call this. If we wanted to do it, we would have to actually call it. If he Terra's Fairy, then Draco Meteor doesn't work. If he doesn't Terra at all, nothing hits him. Or we could just play it super safe and Volt Switch without doing anything else. And hope we're faster. But, you know, it's not like it's a best of 3, so I think we just go for it, right? That's the most fun thing to do. To see if we can get it right. Watch, he's not even going to do anything. He's going to be like, oh, I'll just use a dragon move then. Probably what he's thinking. I mean, if that is what he's thinking, at least we block that if nothing else. Oh, faster. Oh, I guess we don't know for sure. If he Terras, then that means I am faster. Or I just won the first of 2 speed ties. I think we're hyper trained neutral speed, right? He's faster. He's gonna Volt Switch. Ow. Well, something's about to take that. Hopefully something that doesn't like it. It's probably Koraidon, huh? Nope. But he's gonna be okay with that though. That guy's a problem. I don't like him. I wasn't really expecting that, but I guess that was, of course, you know, why not just switch out if you're in his position? I was thinking about also the Volt Switch, but hey, if we Volt Switched, I guess we wouldn't have gotten anything done, right? It could be a speed tie, but he was faster than us. His Miraidon was faster than ours. We gotta watch out. He had something, then no, he doesn't. He's gotta go for it. I figured he'd switch, but we can get the damage in. I'll take it. Gotta hope. Oops. Gotta hope. I don't know how much more we can do here anyway. I mean, he should be like, you know, that was good damage. Maybe he stays in with Koraidon. No. Try to save him. Try to get that to happen. Say we're successful. Now the problem is, does he stay or does he go? Do we just Draco Meteor? Protect, okay. That's annoying because he now knows what I am locked into, but he doesn't know that I have specs necessarily. It's not like a Draco Meteor is safe. Could just have something that beats Miraidon though, that would be one problem, I guess. I think we just gotta go for it again. I'm sorry, what am I thinking? We got this. I'll try, but it's not gonna work. Let's do it again. It's like, yeah, he should, if he, unless he's just like, oh, he has to have specs. Unless he's thinking that he has to switch here, because he's like, Electric is coming. But no, it's gonna be another Meteor. And that's what I was actually assuming, that would be what happened the first time, is he'd switch in to the Ting-Lu there. But hey, that works. We got him now. We got him that time. He probably gets us here though. He probably sees this one, right? Surely he sees this one coming. Unless we tilted him a little bit. Earthquake. It's not the... Wow, that's right, because he did over half last time as well. Maybe we needed the Flutter Mane there. I don't know if it would have been better, but we can do this now. We know what he has. We know his whole team. And two of them are weak to this. One of which is in right now. And the other one that's not weak to it is pretty low health anyway. So we could... Did we just win? Did we just win? Switch him in. Switch him in right now. Big damage. Come on, big damage. GG. GG. You can't outspeed. We locked into Dazzling Gleam with our Scarf. You can't possibly outspeed us. We just won. We just won. You can't... You can try, but you can't outdo all the... You can try to outlast the sun. That's one thing you could possibly do. But we're still going to be faster because we got Scarf. He's hoping that his Miraidon is going to outspeed, but even so, our Miraidon is a Steel type waiting in the wing. So, yeah, I don't know. I would have double protected if I were him. I would have gone for it. There's nothing else you can do there. He's going down. So you could just double protect and you hope, because that's another Sun turn if you're lucky. Now we got to get a little lucky here. I have no idea what he's going to Terra into, but it doesn't matter. He's not going to Terra. Oh, is that Scarf? No. Flutter Mane, you're awesome. Way to hang in there through that Volt Switch. GG. This dude, you gotta know by now, right? Sun doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter. He's hoping it does. He's hoping it does. Again, at this point, probably wouldn't know that I have Scarf on here, yeah. Just like, of course, he's gonna just Dazzling Gleam his way through. Doesn't matter. Don't have any health left. You're still going down, Buzz. Sorry. Wow, Flutter Mane coming through strong here. That's a fantastic move. Oh, it's not enough. I can't believe it. He hung through. He hung in. We lost. Maybe. Did we? Oh, yeah, we did, because his Miraidon outspeeds ours. Probably. Well, we know we can just lock into our Steel move now. I mean, no, we can't. What am I saying? We can't, actually. But we can lock into Electro Drift. How much does this Miraidon have? Do we know that? It's almost down. Yeah, it has 1 HP left, that's right. So we would just have to hope that it's a speed tie, I guess. And we'll just Electro Drift to end it. It doesn't really matter what we go with. If we wanted to make sure we got... There's no way we don't KO, right, with Electro Drift. I think that there's absolutely no way you survive this. No way. Alright, now it's just whether it was a speed tie or not. Find out. Find out. Fun. Fun match. It's fun that it comes down to the speed tie on the Mirais. If that is what it is. If it's a speed nature, it wins. If it's like mine, then mine's max neutral nature. Let's go. Maybe who we'll never know. We'll never know. Maybe he just, because you guys know how unlucky I am, so it's very possible he just won both of the speed ties. We'll never know. What a great match. What a great match, Pop. I think we played that pretty well, though, all things considered. But that's enough for now. We'll go back to our shiny hunt. I've been defeated enough for now. In fact, we probably need some more coffee in a second here. That was fun though. I like the double bike. I like that it makes, even in the casual singles, it makes your opponent think you don't have to bring them both every time. Who's coming along with them? That's why I kind of wanted to do, excuse me, like what if we could even do two ancient and 2 future, Blood or Mane plus another ancient and 2 future. And then it's like, oh boy, now what am I going to do against that? Because now we're dealing with high base stat Pokemon all the way around. And again, just a lot of different possibilities there with the boosts. Put some booster capsules on everything. Not everything, I guess, but I don't know. The whole thing, you obviously can't change it between battles. So let's go back to our Tepig here. And do a couple, while we're at it, we'll do a couple of these BBQs. By the way, guys, if you want to come do some Union Circle, maybe. If you want to do some BBQs together, maybe get just even one group quest done, check it out. I'm like locked and loaded for it right now. So we can definitely get 2 done. I can get 2 done right now out of the 3 on my side. So, just saying, just saying. Sneak up, Terrastallize, catch a dragon Pokemon. Sneak up and Terra. Switch our team back. Get level wise here. Not bad, not bad. Actually, no what? There's our other 2 quests. Now we got 2 elites ready to go. If anybody is out there, internet fan. Nice. Items in auto battle. My kind of west. Well, since we got auto battle, we got 1 more we can auto battle here. 2 more technically, but I'm going to save in case anybody wants to come along today in the next half of the stream here, second half of the stream, basically. Yeah, I'm going to save the mini outbreak out in the canyons there. Anyone's welcome to do that. Hunt it the whole way down. That's what I do with them. You can hunt it to the end. See if you get lucky. I already got one. I got lucky enough to get one already. So yeah, I'm leaving that one for you guys. If anybody not here a while back, but yeah. So if anyone wants that, feel free. I will do these Bell Awesome then in the meantime. The only other one we got here that isn't hunted down yet. Sorry, my contact's been messing up again. My new contacts. The new ones, man. Yeah, that's one thing we didn't do on this character, or actually a lot of the Kitakami and Blueberry Academy trainers didn't fight them. And more of did a lot of exploration, item gathering, shiny hunting, most of all on this character, a lot of that. That is not an item. Where are these Blossom? Like right here, maybe? There we go. Go. Got ourselves a shiny Zangoose from that outbreak last weekend after the stream. DJ and I, we stayed in the group a little longer. I was actually gone, and he must have done some quests while I was gone. I came back, we did a few more, we were able to get 2 more group quests done, and that was the last 2 snacks I needed on my Scarlet version. I have no group quest snacks yet on here, so I need them all still. All 12, that's how many. 13 solo ones, 130 solo quests needed for those. 10 each will, every 10 will unlock a sandwich. There's 13, or a snack. There are 13 of them. 12 group quests. Every group quest you do unlocks another treat, a snack for you. So you need 12 total group quests for 25 legendaries total. Another sneak up and surprise quest. Yeah, see, we're getting close to that 5th one now, or that 3rd one now. So. That's good to know, though. You can actually charge up all 3. So hey guys, anyone want to group up and get like almost an immediate group quest done? Sneak up, auto battle again. I don't really care to do the auto battle again. We could though. We just got 150 BP. Never mind, let me just go get another sandwich and do some hunting, right? Let's go back to hunting for now. After I get some coffee. Yeah, about out. And again, halfway through, I gotta end a little earlier than I planned today. I guess not quite halfway. By the time I come back, it'll be close. I want to go to the cafeteria. There's no way to sell. There's nothing you can sell to get BP, is there? I don't think there is. Like my cool shoes. Matches with this outfit pretty nicely, doesn't it? Some of those slip-ons. My favorite kind of shoes. How much longer do I need to train these things? Yeah, a while. A while. These are battle party they would go in here with Lucario. These guys are all done, right? Sorry, these are. I have many different things going on, you know? These guys are also EV trained now. Mostly perfectly, and they're not perfect, but they're close. Just a little fixing up. We'll get them done. These all need worked on still. These I just kind of moved them into their spot recently. And some of them are actually way too low level. I guess maybe just Kilowattrel there. You know what, Kilowattrel? Maybe you should just come along with us here, huh? Sizzle is not being trained currently, EV-wise. Kilowattrel, you probably just, let's just give you one of these real quick. There you go. Sure. You're so low, you might as well do it. Alright, give me a second, guys. I will be right back with some coffee. And I will hover over this so everybody knows. Actually, you know what? If I'm not mistaken, just in case I am, I'm not going to do it. But I'm pretty sure that, like, you know, whenever you're in that last screen when you're staring at the thing and it shows you in the top right, it'll show you the sandwich powers or meal powers you just obtained, the 3 you see there. When it tells you that on that very last screen, I'm pretty sure that it still hasn't started the clock yet. Once you hit A on that screen and you leave that screen, I think that's when the clock starts on your power, your 30-minute clock. So, but just in case I'm wrong about that, I'm gonna just hover here and bring up my BRB here, and then BRB. As you can see, there's not much reason to put the sheet on the thing, because so just watch how long it takes. I'm already ripping it off. It's a little too small. Alright, we're back. Come here. Oh, okay, we're not. Just give her a cookie and she ignores me. Yeah, you. Real nice. Right. On to Tepig we go. Kilowattrel loved it. He loved it. Absolutely, for sure. To the entrance we go. Yeah, you know, we get some people hanging out today. Giveaway later at the end of the stream, about noon 30 or something maybe. Can't quote me on that, but maybe around there. Got to end by 1. That's when my reunion is, so I'm done by then. Well, that's when I'm going over there, I should say. Already got a Meryl today. That's available if anyone wants to come hang out in Union Circle. Maybe do some of these outbreaks for yourself. We do have Meryl in Paldea. We have Froslass in Paldea. That's one of the ones we got named there. Mimikyu's in Kitakami. That's one I'd be interested in doing next. Right now, we're gonna maybe work on this Tepig though. We tried Mimikyu earlier in the stream before we went on the battle, the 2 battle spree. Can't really call it a spree if you only do 2 of them, I guess. Right over here is where they are, our Tepig. Now that we got our sandwich, again, I'm gonna make sure we don't miss any other ones. It's shiny, sparkling encounter for every type, all types of Pokemon, big and small. You are the weirdest dog in the world. All the places to lay. Why are you way over there? Alright, we're looking for a yellow Tepig, I'm pretty sure, right? Got more than one. I have no other ones on this character, though. Actually, I've never had any on this character. I believe I caught 3 on Scarlet version, one of which we've used in it's part of our shiny starter team, of course. One of the first 6 I got. I now have 7, though. 7 different starters there. The 7th one being Litten, actually from last stream. That was a good one. In fact, by the way, guys, if you're wondering, I was able to find, I think I found 3 more. Yeah, it didn't take too long. I got 3 more, which means we had enough for the whole Pokedex plus 1 to use. Keep all that on Scarlet version. Probably be back and forth, but for now, and I don't know, I guess in the coming streams until we finish it, I am trying to work on all the group quests, getting all those for Snacksworth done on this character. This is my other main here. Scarlet main completed with Snacksworth. I'm gonna go get all those legendaries at some point. We need the snacks here though. And I have a ton of snacks, in fact, to get still here. Am I waiting? Is there something I'm waiting on? There is not. I have all 3 of these. Everything else I'm kind of waiting. I'd like to get Lugia and Hoa. I'd like to get Latias and Latias. I like to kind of, because I'm like on my weird tendencies, I'd like to kind of get them all together when I do it. But I can get Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion. I can get the legendary birds. I'm probably going to end up doing that relatively soon. Maybe not on stream, but yeah. We have most of the solo ones already caught on Scarlet, so you have some. My other Scarlet version also has a good bit of them done. Well, not a good bit, it has a few. We now have 2 Violet this and 1 more Violet version that's at the end of the game, so we'll be getting at least the solo ones over again on Violet there. On that one. Trying maybe on that the secondary Scarlet version, like I said earlier, I might try to get everything on that one just because it's not just one of the hard mode playthroughs. It was actually the character I was kind of using with my nephews, so to play the story through with them. So if I can, I'll get all the legendaries there before I do probably end up getting rid of the character. use it so we can use that profile over again for hard mode runs. I was thinking about maybe possibly keeping some of the secondary characters, keeping one maybe on each version of secondary, in case there's like, you never know with these events. Could always be a really cool outbreak event that we want to keep. We can do that on one of those characters if we keep them as well. Then I do have some other characters on other like some of those other profiles that you haven't seen me use characters for at all. Namely that second profile and the star, and also Mario there at the end is actually Catholic, the Catholic profile. The profile knows that they use. So Rando profile, Player 2's profile, and Catholic's profile. There's one character on Catholic. I think that's the Scarlet version. That's our Spanish character for the Masuda method. And that is, I believe, the only one that has. They all actually have a character made at this point. Maybe those are the ones I'll end up keeping because they're kind of just slowly being brought through the game, and eventually get to a point where we can do that. But I actually made those a while back just for almost extra bank, extra storage purposes, and other stuff. And also extra light. Way before I decided, oh, we'll do hard mode runs and stuff, and I'll just be able to get in. And also before I realized how the whole entire game worked, DLC and everything. Those were like what I was going to maybe use for some extra legendaries. I got one. Its name. Maybe you guys can guess which is which. I got one character on there that rando profile, that second profile there, named Scar, and one named Bio or Bio, whatever you want, I guess. Either way. So eventually, in the I don't know, not too near future, it's possible that you might see. We'll get the IDs for those characters. It's possible you may see some shinies in the very distant future, maybe coming out from those guys. Although whenever I start running through with them, they'll also have the shiny charm the whole way through. So more shiny hunting, yay! That's like, again, that's always in the background with all of our streams that are happening. We're always shiny hunting, going for that full living ShinyDex. It's not just about these shiny entries every Saturday morning now. Just what we have to do because we can't do our battle stream, but we can still have battle, hang out, and do all the things there are to do. Anyone that wants to come do some shiny hunting, I feel like it's probably better to not shiny hunt in the same spot. But if somebody wants to come along and shiny hunt at a different area, I'm also not completely set on doing Tepig right now. If somebody wanted to do Tepig themselves, they're more than welcome. I would maybe probably then move back to Mimikyu myself. But yeah, do that. The BBQs again, of course. I'm most interested in that because, again, guys, look at that. Check that out. I have two working on my third group quest, or elite quest, that is, toward my third one, which means that's almost an entire group quest nearly ready to be done, to be gotten, if we group up, if there's anybody out there. Come here, Sid. They're laying on the... Okay, or just go on that couch instead. Get goofy, pup. Fine, she's gonna get a lot of activity, a lot of exercise later today. She always does. She hasn't been on a walk in a bit. She gets plenty of exercise without him, but she didn't hear me good. It's been too hot, and then it rained. So now it's actually pretty. Unless it rains again, it looks like it might. It's like, yeah, it'd be unfortunate. That'd be two reunions, I believe, at least in a row, where we had a rain. Last year though, it was really bad. It was a pretty big storm, so hopefully it doesn't happen again this time. Sydney was there last year as well. And then I got some food, and then it started storming pretty bad, and we hopped in the car. And then it kept storming, and I'm like, you know what? It's way too hot out, and we're sitting in the car, and I'm gonna go take something back. So she's only there for a little bit. There's another lab there. My cousin brought her lab, so got to didn't really. They got to see each other, sniff each other out a little bit. That was about it. That's all we had time for. Back at it again. She doesn't know though. Be super excited when she does. She always is. She just likes to do stuff, do anything. She's a lab. What do you expect? There was something bright, more yellowish over here. That better not have just been a Tepig on the corner of the screen spawning. Could have been a Deerling though. I'd imagine probably a Deerling. Yeah, I'm just, for my own sanity, I'm gonna assume it was a Deerling. It was a little too far. If it's in the brown, I think it's not gonna be Tepig, right? Let's keep an eye on that. See if they spawn in the brown area. They do up here for sure. Maybe not. It's just the Deerling over there. Interesting. Yeah. What are your favorite shiny hunting methods out there, you guys? Picnicking is nice, of course. Everyone likes the picnic method. That's always easy. To be honest with you, though, I like the flying around like this the most, for sure. Flying is always fun. Nope. Perch on the tallest platform thing. I don't know why these are around all over the place. I mean, I kind of know, like, game purpose why now. Probably just mostly so they have more Ditto areas. I don't know why Blueberry would put them here. Why Serrano put all these blocks around. Or if he didn't do it, why they're here. Of course, eventually, yeah, I get tired of flying around, so... Whoa! Where you going there, Maraudin? You know what? Check this out. I noticed this. I don't think it was on stream, but it was recently. You go in here, you're looking at your battle teams. You go to your last box, which is like 8. After box 8, you actually have an entire box that is your ride Pokemon. Because you can, without having to do it to like get off or anything like that, you can add him to a battle party just like that. That's nice to know, I think. It'd also be nice if you could do the same with items, but you can't, unfortunately. But yeah, if you go there and then you see now that all of a sudden there it is. I thought I glitched the game out when I saw that one day. And I realized I was just on the Battle League, or the Battle Teams thing, and I had never done that before. Gone to the past the last box while on the Battle Team tab, apparently. Yeah, so that's that. Now knowing you can make your Pokemon exactly, nature-wise and everything, exactly what you want it to be. Kind of no big deal on giving your second ride, excuse me, over to your other character or whatever, what have you. But you know what, eventually here, soon, very soon, I think the first duplicates I get, I'm going to keep. But like, this is of course the Miraidon that goes to this character, this Co-Raidon goes to our Scarlet version, obviously. But I think I'm going to end up keeping this one here, and giving this back to our main Scarlet. and then giving a different one from a different character over the ones, you know, keeping the OTs with their OTs. The most amazing hunting area, but it could be worse. Could definitely be worse. Absolutely. Yeah, they're definitely also spawning in the brown. There's no doubt about that. I thought so. All right. Yeah, if we can get a group quest or two done today, that'd be cool. Maybe see which Pokemon legendaries snacks from the solo quest we can match up. See, maybe I can get those done for next time. This might be, and again, if we stay on this character until I do finish all those group quests, if we do this guy every Saturday instead of Scarlet version, going back to there, I may end up with all of the legendaries from Snacksworth on this character first, even though I don't have all the snacks yet. And so we'll be able to see that box fill itself out while we do it. So 25, it means we have 5 other slots in the legendary box for 5 other legendaries. Let's see which ones we put in there. This guy doesn't have any of his legendaries anymore. They are the living Pokedex in Pokemon Home, I believe, are his, yeah. Although Scarlet versions might also be over there for now. I think I moved everything over there at the time. Well, at least for Paldea for the Scarlet version. Because I guess the other ones, Kitakami and Blueberry, are still within the living ShinyDex, which would of course include all the non-shiny legendaries. Then I might as well give the Paldea legendaries back to it. Oh, what am I saying? Paldea legendaries. We're training them, huh? I don't know. Wait. I'm not actually. I think they're. Oh wait, we're training this guy's Ruinous. Yeah. Those are the Ruinous ones we're working on. So those are at least still here, I guess. Yeah, those are his. I got Pokemon all over the place, guys. That's what happens. Half of the reason is to have some extra stuff for you guys, eventually. And especially in the future, whenever, eventually people won't be playing Scarlet and Violet anymore, as much at least. Who knows? I wonder the percent of people who have played Scarlet and Violet that have never played, at least like Sword and Shield, say. We'll just say that one for now. But then Gen 10 comes out, and now we're talking about the 3rd Switch generation game for the Switch. Which means, again, now there's Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet that people maybe will have not played at some point, in the distant future again. Speaking a few years from now, maybe. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, cool, you have extra Ting-Lu? Or whatever. Extra Ruinous Pokemon or extra Ogerpon? Sweet. Especially when it comes to like Pokemon Champions, who knows? Maybe people in Pokemon Home. I mean, we don't really do the trading through Pokemon Home, although I could always do that with these legendaries, but instead, I keep them for you guys to choose from in the box, right? And out of the whole thing, and then if I end up getting too many of one type, maybe I will put one of them on the market, the trade market on Pokemon Home. But in the meantime, I won't do that for anything. But you never know, with Champions coming out, some of these Pokemon could be a little more quote unquote valuable. They're not, they don't hold like monetary value, obviously. but they obviously hold a value in terms of trading for another Pokemon, especially if you're a shiny hunter. Or just, again, the guy trying to get all the other legendaries and maybe don't have access to all the games. If you got access to this and Sword and Shield, though, I feel like with those two games, you basically have access to every legendary in the game. Right? Other than some mythical ones, but we're not talking about those. Because most people don't have access to most of those, right, at most times. Right now, Petrun's pretty much free, right? I don't think there's anything you need to be able to get Petrun. You even need to be able to get on the internet. I think you just need a profile. You don't even need it. No, you don't. Because I could get Petrun, I'm pretty sure, on my second profile. That Nerds Templar. This third one on the list, I guess. This Sword and Shield one you see often. Yeah, I could actually, I believe, get it there because that one's connected to a Nintendo account. That's all you would need. And that's free. So if you can connect your game to a Nintendo account, I'm pretty sure you can get as many, quote unquote, as many Petrun as you want. One, again, per profile, so you do have to kind of choose between Scarlet or Violet, which we'll get that. Violet version here has it, this character. Specifically, it's hanging out at home, though. Hold on a second, I got something happening here. Oh, I had to... My mom sent me a picture of my older nephew. Wanted her to send a picture to me of. He got with his from his first Holy Communion. He got an Amazon gift card. He finally got something with it. He got. He's been getting. I think it's Mega Blocks, Pokemon. All the Mega Blocks Pokemon. He wants to get all of them. I don't know how that is going to happen, but we'll see if that's possible. I don't know how many there are. And it looks like he's got an Emolga there. It's like some tree. There's a tree with a ladder. There's an Emolga. There's Sprigatito, Fuecoco. No Quaxley, just Sprigatito and Fuecoco. Emolga. There's a Galarian Meowth. There's Fennekin and Piplup. There's Bulbasaur. There's a Pidgey. And I think that's a shiny Wartortle I see back there. Is that 9 Pokemon? Cool. 9 Mega Blocks Pokemon. So a set that came with all those. Some of you out there may know the exact set, huh? And now that I named every Pokemon that comes in it. Unless it was a couple sets, maybe it could have been. Oh, I guess I should answer her back, huh? Hold on. Pretty cool. I like the shiny Wartortle. It's like pinkish purple. I'm pretty sure that's what the shiny Wartortle is. Someday we'll know. I haven't evolved my shiny Squirtle yet, but I have one. Spoiler alert. Oh, I guess he would be in the living Pokedex now. Actually, I think he's still hanging out on Pokemon Home. But I do have... Are they here? No, they must be somewhere else. But I do have... Again, don't tell them, but I do have, for my nephews, if they can beat all the battle teams, I do have some extra shiny Squirtles for them. I was going to get them some shiny Charmanders and eventually shiny Bulbasaurs as well, but our one shiny Charmander, we haven't had a Bulbasaur outbreak yet. Our one Charmander outbreak was absolutely the worst outbreak I've ever had in my life. It was just horrible. The worst place it could have ever been. I said, that's awesome. I'll ask him about it later. I see him at the reunion in a few hours. Yeah, the goal was to get a shiny of each of the Kanto starters. It's kind of, for 2 reasons, it's kind of a nice, so now 25 battle levels for them to go through, because I added an extra 5 double battles. So if they can get through all of them, the last 3 prizes are their choice in whatever order they want to take them of Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. And I think it's perfect because, of course, I mean, they're the 3 Kanto starters for one. It's the first time they're actually going to get a choice between shinies. And also, of course, you're going to want all 3 of them. Everyone would want all 3 of those unless you're some insane person. Oh, Tyroke. I thought that was a Smeargle like stuck in the ground or something. Nope, just Tyroke sitting. But also, whenever they first got the games, I like day one traded them the regular non-shiny Kanto starters, and that was like those are like some of their first Pokemon throughout the game, and so it's like a nice kind of full circle thing, right? You get those the very first day, kind of your first, and we all know and love those days when we, especially your very first Pokemon game, pretty much. This was their very first one they played. So that was great, but even whenever it's just the first time playing a new game at all, especially when it's actually a new one, then it's fantastic. A great experience. Is always that kind of rose-colored glasses until you start understanding the game a little bit more and getting used to everything. But yeah, so since they got those first, it seems so fitting to give those three as well to them last, after they've proven themselves as Pokemon masters at that point. Because hey, if they can take out all 25 of my battle teams, that would be incredibly impressive. That's all I would be able to say. At the point where they're, even at the end of those, they're probably going to be training me at that point too. If they can get to the end. What we got here? I think we still have two away from. We're like halfway to our third one. We got one charged up. We got two charged up already. We have one we can do, another extra one charged up, and a third one we're working on. We just need to group up, is all. Dragon type defeat auto bow. Okay, so we have easy ones, of course. I just didn't want to do any more Bellossom for now. Eventually I'm just going to have to do those. But if you guys don't do them with me, maybe I'll be able to hang out with my nephews today at some point. Sneak over there and do some with them. They still don't, I don't know, unless maybe they do by now. I'm trying not to tell them anything about like the end game stuff here. There's some like end game stuff I don't even know about in Paldea, like some of those outfits and stuff. But we'll figure that out eventually. I'm not as worried about that at the moment. I'll probably tell them about that. The only thing now left for them to figure out that I'm not going to tell them exactly is Snacksworth. All they gotta do. My younger nephew wouldn't be able to understand what Snacksworth is talking about. He can read, he just probably can't read that much yet. But my older nephew can. All he would have to do is talk to that guy that has the yellow text box. If he would, he'd start getting a bunch of snacks, I guarantee it. They probably have a few group quests done as well themselves. I know they group up for, from time to time at least. I don't know how often, but I know they were doing it for extra blueberry points. They have, my older nephew did it, at least got all the upgrades. He's fully upgraded. My younger nephew is at least half upgraded. By now he might be done. So that's cool. They got everything. They got the flying. They got everything else done. Basically, like, yeah, everything left is Snacksworth, I think. And when they figure that out, though, oh boy. Then they're going to be constantly asking where every Pokemon is. And say, I'm not telling you, you got to figure it out. Figure it out like we did. I might try to give them extra hints on top of Snacksworth hints. Or like help them think through the hints. But yeah, they probably have a lot of them ready to go. On this character, I have all the solo ones and 0 of the group ones. I didn't realize I never did any group quests on this character specifically. Every single one was on my Scarlet version. It was surprising to me. But hey, it's nice. It's nice. Clean separation there for me to know what I need to do, so whatever. But yeah, so I guess what I'm going to end up doing, I might in the meantime, because we're probably going to end up being on here, I'm sure, because we don't have that much time left. We're not going to get 12 group quests done, even if we would start right now. There's no way I could get 12 done by the time I got to go, so we'll be here again Saturday on Violet version, trying to work through those group quests on here. get all those done. And I think I will catch those while we go through them, unless we do end up getting them in one giant bulk again like we did on Scarlet version. Yeah, I will end up going through and seeing and getting them in pairs. The pairs they ought to be in. There's our empty legendary box for now. You may see what I'm going to work on is, of course, those legendary birds, maybe even Terrakion, Cobaline, and Virizion, but I might wait. Maybe we'll do those on stream on Saturday. I think the legendary birds I'll probably catch in the meantime, just to have some cool legendaries. Right, I don't have any yet on here. We have like maybe a quarter of them or so on Scarlet. Got a few more on a different Scarlet version. In fact, I have Kyurem and Reshiram specifically on there right now. So actually, an amazing group quest one to have. I have a few group quests done on my secondary Scarlet version. That is the one with my nephews. I have 2 or 3 group quests done on there, and one of those snacks just so happened to be Reshiram. I'm sorry, happened to be Kyurem, one of these group exclusive Pokemon. So that was a nice snack, because it is random. I'm quite sure which one you're going to get every single time. There's a pool that they're chosen from. There's the Violet version exclusives that are then also Scarlet group ones. The Violet version solo exclusive, which are the Scarlet group ones, and then vice versa. The Scarlet solo exclusive are the Violet group ones. But then there's what I think, I want to say, there's not a ton, like 5 maybe? It's either, maybe it's 4. 4 that are solo for everybody, which are the legendary birds, Cubfu, maybe that's the 4, and that's it. And then there are then only 3 that are group for both games, and that is Kyurem, Rayquaza, and somebody else. Necrozma maybe? I don't know for sure. It might be him though. I don't know what the other crazy legendaries are supposed to be. I need to figure that out. We'll get there eventually, guys. That's another thing we're doing on the side. I haven't done it, but in the background I am working through all the games. I might stream the 3DS games in the future when we're going through those. I've never played any of the 3DS. I have no access, unfortunately, to Gen 5, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that just yet. Maybe by the time I'm ready for Gen 5, I will. That'd be great. I think I'll probably just do video of the DS games. Maybe we'll see. That one's kind of up in the air because I could stream those as well. Maybe I'll just do video of the Game Boy ones. I have Diamond and Soul Silver. Those are the last 2 games I got as a kid, teen / young adult. Soul Silver came out the year I graduated high school. So I have that. No Gen 5 though, unfortunately, and they're like super hard to come by. But again, maybe by then I'll have something. I have all the 3DS though, which came out, which is all after Gen 5, is all 3DS. You can maybe see them lined up above me there. Every version. Moon was the last one we got, and there was something weird about it. I'm hoping that it's not messed up. You know, the one problem with it is I got it from Amazon, and if there's something wrong with it, I think there's probably a window of how long I can do something about it. It's still sealed, but like if I turn, like if I move it, something's moving around inside of it. Maybe I'll just do a quick video one of these days soon, opening that up, because I kind of want to record it, but again, have to do that in time. If there is a problem, I have to do it in time to be able to like send it back and get another one or something. It was apparently the last one, so we'll see about that. I sure hope it's not messed up. That would be unfortunate. It's the very last game we needed. But yeah, other than Gen 5, of course, that was the last 3DS game we needed. And now I'm pretty much done. I mean, I'm probably not going to worry about those Gen 5s unless we kind of find some kind of used deal or something somewhere. Then I'll pick those up. But yeah, the 3DS, I'll stream those. And it'll be great. But that's not going to happen until, of course, after we're done with all the Switch games. That's going to run us into, of course, Sword currently, and Shield, like kind of behind the scenes, while, you know, playing behind, from behind, and then behind the scenes. just so we have both of them going, and it's basically right side by side. I'm just keeping Shield behind, so I don't spoil anything for myself before I get to do it on stream on Sword. But we're doing both of those, and I'm assuming that'll take us into ZA. ZA will then take us for a bit. Not as long, of course, because it's not going to be a... I mean, who knows? It'll probably... I'm assuming it'll be at least as big as Arceus, if not a little bigger, right? So maybe take a couple streams longer. We're still not even done necessarily with Arceus, so... Yeah. It's going to be tomorrow. Come hang out some Arceus playthrough tomorrow. Just doing some... finishing off the Pokedex. Completely doing all the rest of the requests. And also working toward that level 10 research and everything, so we can maybe do some shiny hunting in the future. Some goofy, gimmicky shiny hunts on there instead. And we will probably do some also gimmicky, like all my hard mode playthroughs, gimmicky Arceus hard mode playthroughs. Will also give us a chance to get some extra legendaries from there as well. Some awesome ones. But at the same time, we might see those legendaries popping up in some other games. I don't know, and some of them you might be able to get in Sword and Shield. I'll find out soon enough. But yeah, I think then ZA will probably take us a bit. We'll then play Brilliant Diamond. And I assume that will take us pretty close, I'm hoping at least, to Gen 10. If not, I think we can find some things to do in the meantime. While we then have every single game done. Take a little breather, do like focus maybe even more on shiny hunting and some other stuff, if that happens. But then, once Gen 10 comes out, there'll be a lot of focus on that, of course. But that'll basically be the order we play all the games. Which means then all those 3DS playthroughs, probably going to wait until after Gen 10. That's a long time, but that's fine. It works out because there shouldn't be any other game. I don't know if they're going to do any other remakes, to be honest with you guys. I'm wondering what you guys think of it. I think it's a relatively hot topic, right? I actually saw a video that had some different... It was probably like, again, speculated next offshoot game, what they think. So it's like, could they people have been talking about the Let's Go Johto thing for a while. I don't think that's actually going to happen. And I don't think there's ever been any indication that it would. Then there's also one of the speculated ones I saw in this video thumbnail, at least I didn't watch it. But it was Red 2. It was Pokemon, maybe it was like Let's Go Red 2 or something like that. I don't know what the name exactly was, but it was again, it was supposed to be like the next remake for the Switch 2, a remake of the Gen 1 for the Switch 2. Just like Let's Go Pikachu was a Gen 1 remake for the Switch when it came out. It's like, I guess that was the speculated thing. And again, I think I also mentioned that might be the thing. Maybe they were somebody who just caught me saying that on stream. And they copied me, because those were the two, and then the third one would have, of course, been the next Legends game. Or, of course, that's already the thing coming out. I think Legends, obviously, is one of the ones they're going to keep doing, since they're working on that second one now. But then the next one would be the actual next remake, which would be Black and White. So then that was the other speculated one. And I think we speculated that exact thing before that video came out, just saying. But I think that's pretty obvious. Those would be the pretty obvious things they might do. Do you continue your normal remake run, which would be Gen 5? Do you continue the new remake run next, which is the Let's Go thing? Or do you do the thing you did with Let's Go, which is just do another Gen 1 game for the new console that came out? Makes sense. I also speculated, though, and maybe they did in this video, I don't know. But I'm wondering if it's going to be none of the above, and it's just going to be Arceus, or it's just going to be Legends, and then it's just going to be Legends again after that. Like, what if they just decided that's all, and they're just Legends is going to be the new one and only offshoot game? I don't think that's going to be the case, though, and although it could, I would like to say the reason is because of Let's Go itself. I feel like that was like a really great idea. It's such a nice, easy, simplified sort of game. It took me back for sure. I loved it. I also like that it, like battle rules, it is in a sense simplified because there's no abilities or what's the other thing? There's two. It's and held items. No abilities or held items, which is, I mean, two massive differences. But because of that, it makes it a lot more just like Gen 1 battles, which is kind of cool in my opinion. Nice, nostalgic. It's different. Not every game needs to be the exact same. That's the nice thing about Arceus as well. But again, you can't battle each other in Arceus. If we could battle each other in ZA, I would be so excited about that. That would be incredible. Those battles, those Legends ZA battles, but in a competitive mode against somebody else would be amazing. I'm not talking like actual competitive. They shouldn't do that. That'd be crazy. They can't. I mean, it would actually be amazing. It'd be like Pokemon Tournament, but like a step up. It'd be pretty awesome. Yeah, that would actually be incredible. But they can't make that the regular thing because that's not the same kind of game. Like, that's an action game. That's not a strategy game. Pokemon's a strategy game. So you can't do that. You can do it for Legends, like we talk about all the time. You can do the different battle thing for Legends, and I encourage that. I encourage the different mechanics in the offshoot games. That's also, again, like getting back to Let's Go and like doing another series that's different, another offshoot, continuing something other than just Legends. Let's Go makes sense because it's so simplified. I guess maybe we'll see what Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, they look simplified to me. I've never played them yet, but I'll find out. We'll find out. Maybe it's just they were trying to get they're just trying to keep with the more like old school pseudo 3D graphics. And so that's why it looks goofy, but everything mechanically may be there. We'll see when we play. It'll be a bit, but I am looking forward to that because, again, that was the last generation I played as a kid, was Gen 4. So that all being said, those casual playthroughs I'm doing Yellow, I'm doing Crystal, I'm doing all, yeah, so all the, what do you call those, special editions, and then Emerald. But then I'm going to do, for the DS, I'm just going to play the ones I have, the hard copies here, which is Diamond and on my old school DS to boot, Diamond, and maybe you guys will hate it, Soul Silver. We're also, and then of course we'll play Fire Red. We'll do all the remakes as well as we go through, because I got them. And hopefully by then, if we're lucky, by then maybe we'll get our hands at least on one between white and black and white and black 2 and white 2. One of each of those, so we can continue through at least one of every generation. And then after that, onward through into the 3DS games, and we're gonna keep then going that direction. In a perfect world, in a perfect world, I would have found at least one shiny Tepig by now. But in a perfect world, I would have. By the time we get into time for the 3DS games to be streamed, which is again after Gen 10 finishes, when we finish that up, which is going to be a very long time from now. If by that time we also are able to finish all of the Game Boy games in up to the DS, up to basically up to Black and White, maybe even through Black and White if we can get lucky enough. By then, to have be done with Gen 10, it would basically leave us with only having everything before and everything after the 3DS done, having only the 3DS generations left to go, and we would start at the beginning of that and work our way through up to whatever in the world were the last ones, where there was Gen 3 remakes, I guess. I'm really looking forward to those. Those are, oh man, what a way to end. What a way to end. That's kind of exciting. I love Gen 3. I love Gen 1 and 2, obviously, but I played those remakes when I was a kid. So, again, a kid. I was basically a young adult at that point. Maybe not when the Gen 1 remakes came out. I guess I was like maybe 8th or 9th grade or something for that. I remember that though. I was like basically out of Pokemon, I guess, at that point. And maybe there was a little bit of a gap between. I don't know how much of one, but maybe a bit of a gap between Gen 3 and the remakes of 1. But yeah, I wasn't like huge into it at the time. But then those remakes came out. I remember specifically going to the mall, and picking up my copy of Fire Red, and taking my Charizard, which I still have the very same save file, taking that Charizard by itself the entire way through the game. By itself. No other Pokemon. I mean, I probably caught a few here and there, but they weren't with us. They didn't battle with us. It was just me and Charizard, man. I was basically the first Leon, by the way. I'm just saying. Before Leon was, I was. The original #1 Charizard. Not really, no. Like probably like everybody, every kid back then probably played a similar thing, but for them, most people, it was, you know, Charizard's my main Pokemon, and I got all these other ones too, but Charizard's the man. For me, it was there are no others. It's me and Charizard, and we are going all the way together, and we did it. I did it. You might not believe me, but you probably do, because I'll tell you what happened. He was a Charizard by the time I was at Misty, because I couldn't get through Misty for a while until basically he was level 36 plus, and he was a Charizard. And then finally I beat Misty, and I continued on. And by the time I probably got like to Lavender Town, I was like 50 or so. And by the time I got to the Elite Four, I was probably like 80 plus. And so, you know, that's why I was able to do it. But I digress. I was still able to do it either way. Anyway, that's why I'm kind of excited for Gen 3 remakes, because that'll be the... I mean, technically Gen 4 was the last game I played, but I didn't play a ton of that. I played a good bit of Gen 3. I love Gen 3. I love Gen 4 too. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of fantastic Gen 4 Pokemon that are pretty nostalgic for me as well. But I don't really think they can compare to 1, 2, and 3. Not quite. Soon, though, you guys may be able to find out exactly what I think in regards to that, because I've been like just here and there working on my how much I like Pokemon, every Pokemon, not like how good I think they are in battle or anything like that, but I'm ranking every Pokemon. Well, I'm putting them in a tier list for now. Every Pokemon from every generation, just in order of by tier of my own popularity, you know, as in regards to me, just me myself, a way to say my own preferences. So taking into account everything, how much I like using them, how much I just think they're cool, how much I just like them as Pokemon before I ended up realizing maybe they weren't so great, things like that. How much I might just like, again, just like him as a Pokemon. Maybe there's during TCG, maybe there was some, I don't know. So there's taking all that stuff into account, whatever it may be for every Pokemon, ranking all of them. I'm into Gen 4 now. And and you guys can probably imagine it's pretty top heavy at the moment, tier wise. But that'll change as we go through the generations. But at the same time, I don't want to be too critical about Pokemon that I've never really experienced fully. Right? That goes for a lot of like legendaries and partial legendaries, like the ones that aren't, I guess they'd be counted pseudo legendaries, but the ones that are like one-time catches and only in like 1 or 2 games maybe. There's a lot of those Pokemon, and a lot of them some of them I've never like really even seen before at all. A lot of them I barely know. But we'll get to those. That's the whole reason I'm kind of doing a casual playthrough of all of them. Hopefully, again, those first few will be well, I guess I should say the first 2 will be hopefully relatively quick to get through. I'm pretty well versed when it comes to at least the first 2 generations. I spent a lot of time on those. Even whenever I stopped playing like the mainline Pokemon games, I still played a lot of Gen 1 and 2 through my adulthood, my early adulthood. Not as much Gen 3, but I would like to get more into the Gen 3 Although I don't want to really, I'm not necessarily trying to join any other. We got our own Pokemon scene here, guys. We don't need any other Pokemon scene. It's not just about Pokemon here anyways. The Nerds Templar scene, we just have a Pokemon scene here, right? We may do a lot of Pokemon, but that'll change. I mean, we'll continue doing a lot of Pokemon, but we'll also do other stuff in the near future, hopefully throwing some other things in here. Been doing the Super Smash Bros. Stuff for a bit. AI, but I would actually like to, and I'm pretty sure that I haven't checked. I'm gonna have to look into it. There is a way to spectate, I believe, maybe Smash Bros. And I've always wanted to do that as well. It was just, didn't really have, because I only did videos of Smash Bros. So far. It's harder to kind of build up a little bit of a following. But I'd love to do a Smash Bros. League as well. If there's any Smash Bros. Fans out there, casual Smash Bros. Players, we could always run one of those. I'd love to run all kinds of different leagues, but anyway, we will do other content. We don't need other places. This is the wholesome Nerds Templar community. That's what it's all about here. We're gonna get other eventually, again, hopefully soon here, some more different hosts, other people behind the scenes helping out with content to bring you more content, better content. And as we go, even more and more original content, which is most important, because eventually, you don't know about some of this stuff. We can control original content. We can't control how bad other content gets. That's one of the things about what we do here. We only focus on the things that are actually wholesome. If it's no longer wholesome, well, I guess that means we would have to cut it out, right? That's the problem with the world. It either wants you to give up your morals and all semblance of virtue and morality and reason, and integrity, or you just give up, the goofy nonsense that they want to push. I think it's a pretty obvious choice myself. But for now, Pokemon's great. And hopefully it continues to be, so we can do all of this stuff, because again, like I said, this is really kind of, I like it. I like having the spread of I like having the spread of content that's available through Pokemon specifically. I myself, I guess maybe you guys have different opinions about it, but who knows, whatever. But then also the fact that kind of like in the background the whole time we can have this like meta series through all of the Pokemon games we play, where we're doing this shiny hunt for the living ShinyDex. I think it all kind of comes together nicely. Yeah, so while it may seem like we do all kinds of crazy stuff here, all kinds of nonsense, a bunch of different Pokemon games, a bunch of different series, and that's true, we do. And again, hopefully in the future there will be more people able to host content, so it's not all just me all the time. But because of that, we do have all those different opportunities to always, we're always shiny hunting. We get the charm for all those hard modes. We're shiny hunting random shinies through the whole game, the whole time. And honestly, those random shinies are some of the funnest ones in my opinion, right? Usually they're just the common things, sure. But every now and then you'll get a good one. Speaking of, can we get maybe one of these Tepig? That'd be fantastic. 2 would be great. 1 would be really, really all I care about at the moment, but 2 was all I was shooting for. It's not that much. Not asking a whole lot. We already have 3 on Scarlet, so 1 of those is being used. 2 of those are in the ShinyDex. We need 1 more for the Dex, at least. If I just want to do just the one singular Pokedex, we'll see what we do exactly for that. Might be what happens. We'll see. But then also 1 more to use on this character. Yeah, Embor's been with us for a bit. Now now we have I guess we had two shiny fire starters for a while. Embor and Infernape have both been with us for a bit. The last one we needed was a water. Finally filled in the 6th spot with Green Arena. Go along with Empoleon, and then we have Chestnut and of course Decidueye. But now we have Litten as well. We don't have it evolved yet, but we do have a Litten ready to go. Chosen of the 4 we have. We'll have more of those as well. I wasn't super lucky. It was pretty good, as well as the fact that that was whenever we were doing a lot of BBQs that day, and I didn't hunt that the whole time. In fact, DJ, subs here, he was able to, one of our hangouters, only one last time, tons of BP together last Saturday. He was able to actually also find a shiny Litten for himself. A couple others. What else? Yeah, I think he found a random shiny Scorbunny, and I think maybe a Deerling. So he was getting pretty lucky there. Wonder if he was using the meal power that we had earlier. Seems like a thing that people should do commonly, especially if you're in a group like that and you end up with 20,000 BP and you don't have anything to spend it on anymore. Except sandwiches, or I keep saying sandwiches, I guess it's just a meal. That's really it. There's meals, you can like bring more people from into the gym, you can upgrade you can really only so much upgrade like what your league club looks like, although you can get like the max upgrades, make it look pretty cool, I think. There's also some decent soundtracks you can get with the max music pack. Now that I have literally everything unlocked in Scarlet version. By the way, speaking of, we'll have to eventually spend some time on like one stream. Maybe we'll have a dedicated stream. We'll try those gym challengers, gym leaders, I guess, and other people from Paldea. We'll bring people from Paldea over here to Blueberry and see what they got. See what that's all about. I've literally never done it yet. But you know, I realized that there's that very last thing to unlock in the computer. That's the boss, the big boss of Blueberry. But you can't battle them until you beat enough of those gym trainers, Paldea people. You need to call enough of those first, and then you unlock the ability to buy that. It's only 50 BP, but you have to unlock it first. It takes a while, probably, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how long. I have a suspicion who the final battle would have to be. I guess I have a couple of suspicions, but they're ranked. I won't tell you who I think they are, just in case you haven't done it yet. Anyway, you heard the Angelus alarm for noon. That means I'm going to pray real quick here. Get my contacts in place. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. The angel of the Lord declared unto Mary, and she conceived of the Holy Spirit. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Behold the handmaid of the Lord, be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Let us pray. Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ thy Son was made known by the message of an angel, may by his passion and cross be brought to the glory of his resurrection. Through the same Christ our Lord. Amen. The Father, the Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. You know what I'm going to do real quick? Okay. So we have like just enough time, I think, for this. So since that's noon now, sorry about that. I'm sure you could hear that. Probably didn't sound very nice. Let's make this real quick to use this up at this Tepig outbreak. If we get lucky, we'll go somewhere else for a little bit maybe. And then maybe I'll do one more battle before we head off today. 1 o'clock is my limit though. A little bit earlier than 1 o'clock specifically. So got a little less than an hour here to go. Again, anyone want to hop into a group just for a little bit? I have almost 3 elite quests ready to go. Literally enough for a group quest. So, all on my own. All on my own, man. So if we can't do it, I'm going to have to start doing them. Unless I hopefully, yeah, it's cool that Glaceon and Leafeon just happen to be next to, you know, opposite each other. Counter fire. Help us out a little bit here. That'll also put us on a timer, sort of, if we keep track of it. But hopefully we just get lucky and find them relatively soon here. With somewhere decent, within a decent time. Before that runs out, maybe get a little bit of a chance to go back to Mimikyu as well. Hopefully that level 1 will do a little bit for us. It's just going to help us see more fire types is all. They're not going to be more shinies, just more Tepig, hopefully. Not a better shiny chance, I should say, because there's been 0 shinies, so... Yeah, speaking of those legendary birds, might catch them this week at some point if I find myself with some extra time to do something random. It might be that. Also, Cubfu, which I have not been able to catch. I have the snack, or the treat, whatever you call it. I have it on all 3 of my farthest characters along. 2 Scarlet versions and this guy. I don't have him caught yet, though. He is a pain. Don't know how best to go about it. But one of these days I'm going to get him. Maybe by next time I will have him on here. That's another one I might catch. So basically, yeah, those would be the 4 solo exclusive for both versions. The ones that are, I guess, the least interesting, right? Not really, in my opinion, though. I love those legendary birds. I would love to have shinies of those 3. That would be incredible. And I guess, from what I read briefly, it seems like there's a pretty massive list of legendaries that are available through Dynamax raid things or whatever, however they work. They're not like the regular little raids, right? There's something different about it. It's like you have to go through a couple or something, and at the end there's a legendary, and it might be a shiny, so there's like a low chance, it seems, and you have to do a lot. But it's at least a chance, right? You're saying there's a chance. That is what I'm saying. That is what I read. You guys probably know all about it. I'm going to find out about it soon enough. That's one of the biggest reasons I wanted to get into it. To have a chance at those shiny legendaries. Speaking of, again, I keep segueing into other things and getting kind of not really off track, but rambling on to other things. Other than shiny legendary birds, that would be a great start. But anyway, I guess shiny Zamazenta and Zacian, those are probably also not available except whenever they made them available because of an event. I don't know how many times that was a thing. And I don't think there's any other way to get them as shinies, like any way that's like a permanent way. Probably some other newer ones that are also like that. I don't know how many, but right now there has not been a way to get any of the many of the shinies, or legendary and pseudo legendaries as shinies from this generation. But guys, you probably also, a lot of you probably know, but I'll just let everybody else know that's out there. I feel like eventually they'll do the same thing here whenever we get closer to the end or something, I guess. Right? At some point they're going to there's going to be an event, and at some point they're going to allow us the chance, at least the chance, if not like just give them away as mystery gifts. Shinies of these legendaries and pseudo, like the ruinous Pokemon, even Koraidon and Miraidon would be incredible, but like all of those things, So I would, we definitely got to stay tuned. If you stay tuned here, I will always be letting you know as soon as I possibly can about any mystery gifts that I hear about. It's not going to be as soon as you'll find out on other places, of course, but still, we're here. Right now, I don't think there's anything active. Maybe we could check that though. It's always nice to check while we do have that online access. But I think I just looked recently. Sometimes the thing I was using here sometimes doesn't show it. Some of the new stuff, but hopefully it will this time. The last ones we just had another Porygon 2. There were so many Porygon 2 things. One of them was a mystery gift. That's done though. I'm pretty sure Wolf's Incineroar is done. Has been for a bit now. Yeah. But, so you can still get that Rillaboom. Rillaboom 2024 TW is the code. That goes till the end of July. For whatever reason, they made that one like really long. There's 3 that you can get some items that goes until the 1st of January 2026. So that's going to be the rest of this year. So that's Element Stones, Cosmic Stones, and Vitamins. Those are the 3 codes you need to put in. You'll get Evolution Stones and some Vitamins for those. Element Stones, Cosmic Stones, Vitamins. Those are the codes. The Mythical Pechaberries all the time. You can get, if you put in Neo Rotom cover, you can get that Neo Kitakami case for your Rotom phone. That's a not available expiry date. And then we're also on a TBA expiry date for 2 other cases, version exclusive cases, S book cover or V book cover, depending on Scarlet or Violet. And yeah, that's it right now. Again, the Rillaboom is the only one that's like a Pokemon, a newer one they put out, because all these other ones, those Vitamins and Stones, have been there for a bit, I think, too. Actually, I think the S book cover and V book cover, those are also relatively new, but it just doesn't have an expiry date on it. So I don't know if they may keep those on for the duration. Those the NA ones, I don't know. Maybe those are the types that they keep until they just shut down the server or something for this game, because there aren't any for Sword and Shield. Like, there's not any codes that you can still use there. So I imagine eventually it'll be the same here, and that's when all those NA, the ones that don't have an expiry date, that's probably when they will actually indeed expire. But for now, hey, you can get some free covers for your phone, for your Rotom. Speaking of Rotom, come hang out Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the Ironmon playthrough. Go watch last episode. Check out the fights at the end. Let me know maybe what you think we could do. Change things around. It's gonna get tough here at the moment, unless we go battle, train a little more, and get a little closer to the level cap, because we're pretty far from it right now. If we get closer to the level cap, I'm sure we'll be fine, but we'll see what I end up doing. Tuesday and Thursday we'll be playing more Sword, like I was talking about earlier. Tomorrow I'll be here playing Arceus to try to finish that off. Hopefully only a couple streams away from finishing Arceus. Where we're trying to just do that on Sundays for the next couple Sundays, maybe, till we're done. Then we'll probably be done for Sundays. And when we finish this level 2 Ironmon challenge, I don't know for sure, but maybe when we finish level 2, however long that may take, I might change the Ironmon playthrough days to just Monday and Wednesday. Maybe. And if we do that, it's also possible. I don't want to keep changing days around, but you know, that's what happens. A relatively fluid stream schedule. I mean, it's changing. We're pretty set on things we're doing, but the days we do might slightly change here and there. If we do that, I don't know if maybe I'll make Fridays something different. Maybe we can even do an extra shiny hunt day or something like that. Or I might switch it around completely and I'll do the Ironmon Tuesday, Thursday, and then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll do 3 days a week of our casual playthrough, which again at the moment is Sword. And this is just speculation for maybe after we finish level 2 hard mode. And once we're getting into level 3, which is going to be a lot more challenging, it might be a better option to just do 2 streams a week so I don't like go crazy. We might end up losing quite quickly. I mean, again, I'm going to try to be realistic so I'm going to try to, hope for the best but expect the worst kind of situation. Where we're probably going to end up losing kind of soon in the first level 3 playthrough because it is going to be the first. It's a deerling, huh? Oh, come on, man! Because it's going to be the first time we have a chance of actually losing. We can lose our Pokemon. So it's possible, and then I might need just a little more time to focus, and then we'll keep those streams longer. We'll keep the casual streams slightly shorter, or maybe make it a little easier on me. Our video streams will continue the same day, Monday and Wednesday, at least. Again, maybe even Friday. We're doing Let's Go Pikachu. Going to continue in Let's Go Pikachu. Again, sorry, I was supposed to get the very last episode of the casual playthrough out yesterday. I'm still working on editing it. It is a monster of an editing job, just like the last one was, and just like the last water video was. The next one might be a bit of the same for the water challenge, which is going to come out. No worries. It's also going to be ready to go for its Tuesday release, Tuesday and Thursday for that other video series. So our other Scarlet and Violet challenge is the typed challenge, starting with water. Go check out the list. Check out the video. The list is in the video. Starting with what I think would be easiest. Have some hard mode rolls. Starting with what I think would be the easiest of the types, working our way down to the hardest of them. I think water would be the easiest. Everyone's going to have its own challenge, so you got to bear that in mind. And some of those are going to have challenges earlier than others. That doesn't necessarily mean it makes it harder than another. Because in fact, I would say that the ones that have it easier in the end are what matters most, right? If it's hard in the beginning, as long as you can get through it, then you're good. Then you're kind of on easy street, right? And now, obviously, it's no secret that, if you're a water type trainer in Paldea, your biggest challenges are going to be early on. It's going to be the grass gym, and then the electric gym. After that, though, then what is there? What is there stopping you from taking over the entire world of Paldea? Nothing, I tell you. Nothing at all. That's why we started with water. Dark is next, fire is after that. I think those are the only ones I'm set on, so if you want to give your 2 cents, or even your 3 cents, check out the community tab. You can leave a comment there. You can just comment on one of those videos as well of the water playthrough. Anywhere you want to comment, let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on the order. But you can also look at the community tab for a little picture of that order if you want to get a quick look at it. You can do it right now if you want. I think it's water, dark, fire, and then tentatively after that we're going to do flying, ground, ghost, fighting, grass. I think there's something after grass that is also maybe could take the place of grass, but I put them in that order because right now we're doing the first 3 is one of each of the 3 starters, and then there's flying and ground, which don't have one. But then we have the 3 starters again, they're other types in a row after flying and ground. That'd be again ghost, fighting, and grass. So I kind of kept them together like that for a reason. But I don't know if grass would really belong there. It might be even slightly harder than the next one after it. However, starting with Meowscarada, starting with Sprigatito, getting that started might give it an extra little boost. Plus, grass has a lot of good extra typing. We can't Terra away from our grass type. That's not allowed in the challenge. But yeah, I think with all the extra typing, I think it does probably help grass out a lot more than some of the others, perhaps. Nope, get my hopes up. crazy. Sometimes you win some, you lose some, right? I did find, I guess I got all my luck went away after I got my Meryl this morning off stream. Got the videos of it though, don't worry. I'm always taking, I always do this because these are what I'm going to be using chopped up and, you know, edited together and everything. This is what I'll be using for the monthly ones. Just showing you every month what I encounter shiny wise, off stream of course, not the ones from stream or from videos or anything like that, but the ones that I do on my own. So I want to show you everything else I end up getting, especially because we're doing this whole ShinyDex. So I want you to not just see half of those getting got, but all of them. So this is the best way I figured we could do it. I'll just, you know, take these little videos like, oh hey, there he is, boom. So there's that. That just happened this morning. Yeah, every time that happens, I do that. Pretty much just 2 videos, the one of the encounter and the one of the catch. I got all the videos I need for last month's. Trying to hopefully soon, again, get some bigger projects, and I think it's just because I'm trying to get a lot in these last few Let's Go Pikachu episodes. They're a little longer. These endgame episodes have been a little longer than they have been the rest of the time. Purposely. I did that kind of purposely. But yeah, because of that and because there's just so much that I was doing and I have to chop out a lot of it and all that. This last one's going to take a little longer, but once I'm done with all that, I should have a little extra time. Should be able to get out that. It'll be the first one of the monthly Shiny Hunts off-stream videos. That'll be for May. June almost finishing up. We, of course, it's not really hard. Not a whole lot to do. If I wanted to maybe, I mean, I got them all. That's the thing. They're really all, you saw them all right there. They're all in the gallery ready to go. All I have to do is edit them up, piece them together, and then boom, I pretty much have the video ready to go. Do a little voiceover, of course, talk about what was happening, maybe if I remember anything about the encounter or whatever. I was thinking about, I probably won't do it now. I was at one time considering trying to do like one extra shiny video, like a full shiny hunt video. Just like record every hunt, and any time I had like an actual good one, I would put that one out. I think I'm just going to keep it to what I've been doing. It's a lot easier just to make those clips on the Switch itself, and then pop all those clips of our extra hunts over to the computer and do it that way. So those will be all of our monthly shiny hunts. Probably be like Sunday releases or something when there's not a whole lot happening on the channel, that is, in the future. Once we finish with Arceus, we'll be done with Sundays. Saturdays, of course, we'll be continuing to always do this. If we do end up going just for some reason only doing 2 streams of both our casual and our hard mode once level 2 hard mode is done, if we have Fridays open for that reason, who knows what we'll do. Friday could, I don't know, that's the thing. So either I will decide to do something else, and that'll be our new Friday stream in the future, or I will probably switch everything around and we'll do through casual playthrough streams, which would of course help us get through Sword faster, and that's why I'm kind of considering doing that. We might need it. And if we do somehow finish Sword, and I wouldn't imagine like the story and stuff, even the DLC, we could probably finish that before ZA comes out. But I feel like there's a lot of endgame stuff. We could play that for a long time, just like in Paldea, or just like in Scarlet Violet here, Paldea, Kitakami, Blueberry, all of them. Just like here, you could probably play it for quite a while, and especially when you bring in shiny legendary potential. Now things start changing. But really, one of the biggest reasons for focusing on this is that it was the newest game, and I hadn't played it yet. Now that we did, now we're caught up and we can do all the events anytime they come up. I don't have to focus as much on it and start playing all those other games, go back to them a little bit here and there. But yeah, where are we at? This sandwich is about halfway done. Try one more double bike battle if we can later after this. Specifically after this battle's over. I mean, this sandwich meal power is over. I was gonna say though, if we find him, now it might be a little too late. It's only 10 minutes left in the sandwich about. If we would find one right now, I think we eat one more sandwich and go hunt instead of battle. Go hunt something else. Probably again, probably go back to Mimikyu. But if we don't, then I'm just gonna battle after the sandwich wears off instead of doing any more hunting. It's kind of all comes down to these next couple minutes, whether we find one or not. Or, you know, whatever. If you guys would rather see one or the other, you can just let me know that too. Or again, if somebody just happens to come by in this last half hour of the stream, I still am all prepared right now for a bunch of group quests and to literally, I mean not a bunch, but I'm prepared to do a bunch of elites. Almost three ready to go for a full, like right into a group quest to get a group quest done in pretty short amount of time, I'd imagine. If there's anybody out there, we can do it. We can do it, man. Before I go, I'll do it with my nephews if not, though. I'd imagine that's all you can get. Once that bar fills up, once it's fully red, I don't think I've done that many yet. But I'm gonna guess. I could be wrong. Maybe you can keep on going, but maybe get more crowns, but I imagine that that's that. So the first thing that happens is the quest pops up, and then you start filling up an orange bar. Once the orange bar fills up, I think that crown starts sparkling, and then the red bar starts filling up. And I'd imagine once that red bar fills up, that's that. Then you got to do something, which means I'd have to do an elite, and if I did an elite, then we would be back to a full orange bar. The crown would disappear. We'd have another elite up then. I'm sorry, the crown would come back, probably because the orange bar would be full. So maybe the crown would be back because of that, or maybe you'd wait until, yeah, probably will, and then it would start the red bar up again. Again, I never really charged up that much, so I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that's just about 3 elites completely, and that's what you need to start a group quest. So yeah. Also, I guess it'd be at this point pretty much just like shiny reward box to whoever that would be. Hey, can't beat that, can you? Now, I would probably have to say, though, I'd have to give one stipulation if we did that, because I should have done the first giveaway officially last week. And we only pretty much, there might have been some other people that stopped by, maybe. And sorry to you guys as well, but DJ was the guy that hung out the whole time, as he has been with us. And we were even doing the Union Circle. We got a ton of BP. We got all the group quests done we needed for Snacksworth, all of that. So he technically should get the first quote-unquote giveaway that would go straight to him, because he would be the only one that qualified for it. And so whenever it comes to like those really special ones, I guess we'd have to give him first dibs at those at least. But if we gave one away to today, it would be anything but that, like pretty much just like any of those event shinies. If anybody out there, if you group up, if we can do it, hey, we got some event shinies. If nothing else, that you can, maybe we can trade you one of those. Or an Espeon, because we have 2 Espeons. That would also work. But yeah, unfortunately, right now, the Gengar, the Dratini, those would be... We wouldn't be able to trade those just yet. Maybe, though. One of them, at least. So if you were perhaps somebody who had won one or the other one, you would just maybe have to wait, but you could guarantee yourself one of those. See what DJ has to say. If I'm not mistaken. DJ, you said, oh, you'll probably not watch this VOD, I'm sure, but I'm sure that I think you said family reunion today? For some reason that was on my mind, other than the fact that I also have one today. That's what I was going to mention, though. Hey, look at that. Both going. Like I said, it's family reunion season right now, so everyone's got their reunions, including me. About an hour, less than, I guess, at this point. Going on. We're like 10 minutes slow here because I was messing with it for the day-night cycle earlier. Not today, but a few days ago or something. So yeah, it's like 12:30 right now. Yep. Alright, yeah. Let me wait for this sandwich to wear off. It's not an encounter or anything. It's a pickle sandwich for fire encounters. It's not a sparkling encounters or anything like that. Nothing special. Level 1 fire encounter, so we can just get a few more Tepig. Super easy. I love that sandwich because it's just olive oil and pickles. Although olive oil is like $2.50 money, I think. Pickles are $90. Offsets that price a little bit. Only being 2 ingredients is cheap. And easy to make. If we could find one like right at the end, that'd be cool, you know. I'd be alright with that. No. So hard when they're turned like that. There you go. Yeah, well, that's too bad. Did a decent bit of hunting today. No luck with Tepig or Mimikyu. Didn't even have to knock anything out. I did all that earlier. Just got that Meryl. That's all we got today. That was off stream. That was earlier in the morning. I figured I'd do that one quick because I was hoping to be able to get at least some of these done today. I was hoping maybe 2. We were lucky. Didn't really want to do Meryl on stream, but I did want myself one more Meryl. Now we can actually use that one. Only the second one I got. Got an Azumarill, although, already, so I just need an Azurill. Good to go. For the Dex, at least, the living Dex. But yeah, now I got one Meryl, and that's going to probably be what I attempt to do. Kind of, okay, so the goal was sort of, I guess, yeah, it was living ShinyDex. So once I realized what that meant, it would be, I was going to do like one big one for home that, you know, of course utilized all the games. And then I was also going to maybe try every version to have a living Dex. I think that might be a little much. So I guess what we're going to try to do is the main one that goes to home, which I guess can be a mixture of Scarlet, Violet, and other main characters. I don't really want to use offshoot character shinies, but you know, if I have to, I guess I will. As long as they're hunted by me, I'm happy with it. Hunted / found, I guess, and you know, randomly. But then also on top of that, still, we might not do a whole living Dex on every character as well. On top of that, but we can at least get, and again, maybe not every Pokemon, but try to get like every Pokemon. to use. That would kind of be the other goal. Get an extra of everything to use on those characters. So it would be almost an extra living dex, but not quite. It'd be a little less than. I mean, it would start with things that we really wanted to use, or things that we thought were the best, the coolest, so we wanted extras of them already. Alolan Vulpix I actually might have extras of, but the reason I might not is obviously that's an exclusive one. So if I wanted one of those to use, and I do want one of those on my Scarlet version, or whichever way it goes, I would need to. Oh, I guess it's the other way, yeah, because I think, yeah, Vulpix is on Scarlet. So if I wanted one of those shinies on my Violet, I would have to bring it over from there. So one less for the exclusive ones. Those would have to be brought over, and I probably will, for the most part, do that as well. That was something I was hunting unsuccessfully, unfortunately, yesterday. Like, anytime I get the exclusives, I guess it's kind of worth it. Gonna maybe do more Pekko. I did actually get another more Pekko. What was there was something I think I was hunting on Scarlet that was exclusive. Maybe not. The Sandshrew, wasn't able to get one on here. None at all yet. I actually have one on Go. The Sandslash now. Pretty cool. I like him. But I don't know if he's like amazing. Usable, even. Although I do also have one, of course, on Let's Go. Not a shiny one, but I have a Alolan Sandslash on Let's Go Pikachu. The first character that I played off stream myself, off video. Then I used him a decent bit, actually. I mean, I think he's like level 60 or something. They used several of the Alolan forms on there. We only used Muck on our playthrough on the video. Pretty sure it was just him. All right. Is that? Yeah. All right. No luck on the shiny. I'm gonna call it for now. I'll probably be back to it today, probably at some point, maybe. I was, by the way, successful. There was something else along with Sandshrew I was hunting yesterday here. I was successful on that one. It was actually probably a little more epic, I would say. Give me 1 second. I will be right back to start this up. In earnest. One battle, and then I'll pop off for the day. I'll see you tomorrow, though. 1 sec, though. I'll be right back. All right. One more try to win with double bike team. What? Did I not put him in the team? Oh, they got taken out because I put him in my party. So weird. So weird. Maybe I never put him in. Maybe I just never put him in. We'll probably be using him on this character for a while, so we might as well come in here. I am thinking about maybe going with just, I'll think about who to use. Obviously we already chose 3 of these. Probably just end up being a Flutter Mane Roaring Moon. Probably go with some crazy speed things, I don't know. All depends on the typing of what we go with on the other side as well, I guess. Think about maybe even if we want to go like we want to try to focus speed, we'll also go, what's his name? Delibird guy. I'm not sure who else. I mean, Iron Hand seems like a good choice, except for the fact that he's the last person you want on your team if you're trying to go fast. There they are, ready to go. Arvin it is. Okay. Alright. That's a double, looks like a double battle team to me. Kind of. Kind of like Skeledirge here. I kind of like not turning on the fire, not turning the sun on, that is. What if we do this? Who are you going to start with? Let's go Miraidon first. I don't know. I think this is the right team. I just don't know if it's the right start. Is it going to be Roaring Moon? Or the Ace? Okay. The Flutter Mane. Not really what we want to see, right? Like the worst thing. What are the chances it's faster than it? The chances are very good it's faster than it. So, well, we got to do it. We have no other choice here. He's gonna just assume he can. Wow, I can't believe it. He just withdrew it. This is the one problem. Like, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna go ground type, then we do kind of. That's when our offensive steel move never works for us. This is the same thing that happened to us last time, but that's okay because we're a little more prepared in the back for this. Decent damage. Flower Trick probably KOs at this point, huh? Maybe, maybe not. Does it? I mean, you probably have to use a ground move, right? That's the issue here. I think we KO, but it's going to be close. Good Terra. Or just switch out. Yeah. That's better. What do you got? Third Pokemon coming out. Theologian. Okay. Steel Fairy, is that what he is? At least do something to him. Does that make Meowscarada only grass type now? Ooh, you're fast. Yikes. Okay, we've been here before. See how something that's gonna hit my ghost type? Doesn't matter. Let's try to go for it. This is where these starters can get scary. Looks like I'm just gonna lose. It's gonna go probably fairy or kind of off type. Yeah, water. Okay, great. I mean, good team. This is more like an actual ranked singles team. What a ranked singles team should probably look like. However, Terrablast, huh? Okay. It's too bad. What? Wait, what? Why are we doing so much damage to him when his substitute's up? Am I missing something here? Do you assume I was staying in Terrablast? Or what he would have used instead? And nothing's going to be like amazing, I don't think, against Raiden here that he has. He probably outspeeds though, right? He outspeed. That did so much though. Outspeed last time. And outspeed. It's a fast doggy. We just got wrecked by this guy. Hold on, what time is it? I don't really have time for another one, unfortunately. Maybe I have enough time for one. Yeah, I'll do one more. I'll do one more. We got beat pretty quick there. I will run from this one. Never mind. He's only one in a row. I'll let him get it. Yeah, I'll do one more. Since that was so fast. You just wait. There's the shiny. It is blue instead of green. The comfy. Good fighting music. That Zamazenta fighting in steel. I really don't like that team. I really don't like that Sneasler, specifically. Go double bike, and who else do we bring though? To do more with Flutter Mane, I would bring Flutter Mane. Just don't know how much it can actually help. We're going to do the same thing as last time. We're going to pick Quaquavel instead of Flutter Mane, and that's going to be our mistake. I'm hoping we can get him to pop off if we need a third. I'm hoping I just don't need a third and I can just win with 2 bikes. Picture, I guess. Great friend Chien Pao. Too bad we didn't start Quaquavel. Everything's faster than a Miraidon. Way to avoid the Icicle Crash, though. Oh, it's sashed. Okay, I was gonna say, please don't even tell me you just left it with 1 HP. That would have been annoying. It's okay. I'm getting out of there. Now what are you gonna do? I'm gonna Aqua Step. Okay. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. That's annoying. Well, it's just liquidation and hope. He's gonna be faster still, and we get knocked out anyway. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The only thing we could have done was I was gonna maybe switch in Koraidon. I guess maybe that was the play. Awesome. Awesome. Just maybe. Why does everything outspeed you, Miraidon? Does everything just have a speed nature, or what? Everyone just builds everything with a speed nature. Wow, those specs are insane. Should we just change to a speed nature and put the specs on so we can start outspeeding things? Is it gonna Terra into Fairy type? Oh, that's the question. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. We're faster. I don't think that should be the case. I don't think we should be faster if he's terastallizing. We just failed. I mean, yeah, he didn't. It didn't matter, he's faster. He's like, I don't need to do anything. I'm just gonna Electro Drift and win, dude. Alright. Alright. So, okay, I guess if everybody just is going to build their Pokemon, is that just how it is these days? Everyone's just going to go full speed Pokemon. I forgot we still had our Miraidon left. But he's going to outspeed. We already know. We already know it's going to happen. Guess I'm just going to have to go full speed nature on all my Pokemon too. So now he's going to Terra. Now he's going Fairy type. I don't even think it doesn't even matter. Yeah, we definitely lost. You don't have to wait that long to think. I'm pretty sure you outspeed me. I guarantee it's a speed nature. Speed on Miraidon, speed nature, Sneasler, speed nature. Whatever the third thing was that he had that got melted. Yeah, I think we go speed Miraidon. Yeah, that's like it. Or not, because you left us up. Hold on, did we just win? Did we just win? What? Okay. This is just a casual match, it doesn't even matter. But that's hilarious. We survived with 1 HP. We won with 1 HP. And we lost the last, not the last one maybe, but the one before that. We lost to a speed tie, so that was cool, I guess. Not the last one. We got crushed in the last match. That was kind of funny, though. I wasn't expecting that. All right, good job, Miraidon. But still, either way, we got outsped every time. That's so annoying. I don't like being outsped. Who likes being outsped? It just means we got to give up our damage then. Because obviously it's best, actually. It's not even hyper trained. It's just straight up best. Oh, is it? I guess that's always the case, huh? I think it's always exactly like that. But that one's hyper trained and that one's not with HP, SPDEF, and defense. I guess we gotta do it. Next time, because again, we're full speed other than that. It's a big difference, but just gotta do it. Meow's is full speed, as fast as it can possibly be. Right? Yep. And Skeleturge, 117. Alright, anyway, 61. You gotta love that. I guess they're not. Actually, he's 56. He is past 50, so that's funny. Anyway, that's it, guys. Come chill tomorrow. We're gonna play some Arceus. Just casual playthrough of Arceus, trying to finish that all up. It was our Tuesday, Thursday stream. Now it's the end of it. We wanted to move on to Sword, so that is Tuesday, Thursday. We were playing Sword. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're gonna do back to our level 2 challenge. Here are the roles and stuff real quick. I'll pop those off for YouTube. Will think that it means something. Want to put it up as a thumbnail for the video. But yeah, that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Trying to get to beat the end of the base game. We're at the Arvin Penny in Nimona. Well, Arvin Penny in the Elite Four right now. That's where we're at right now. So check out the end of the last stream. Let me know what you think about that Arvin battle. What we can maybe do to do better. I really did a couple quick battles at the end just to get a little bit of an idea of what he had going on, what we could do. That'll be what I'm thinking about this weekend. But yeah, tomorrow Arceus will be back again with more of this, just hanging out and whatnot Saturday morning. And that's that. Every day of the week we'll be here 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go Pikachu. Hopefully this weekend at some point we'll get that last video out for the casual playthrough, and then we'll go in next week, either Monday and Wednesday or Wednesday and Friday. I'll release the first 2 episodes of my hard mode Pikachu challenge, Let's Go challenge. And then also Tuesday and Thursday, we will continue that typed trainer challenge and Scarlet/Violet version. It's Violet version specifically, as we do the water trainer challenge. That's not the same as our stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's just our level 2 hard mode. We got a bunch of different hard mode challenges going right now. Maybe some other things to come that are maybe non-Pokemon related. We'll see. But anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for watching the VOD. Those of you who are hanging out in the VOD. I will catch you next time. Randy, Nerds Templar, and Sydney Doggo. Peace.